about what about now? There we go. There we go. Alexi, was I muted and then I came back and then it muted me again?
No,
Is that
you
what
were
happened?
muted the
The
entire
whole
time.
time, whole time.
Yeah.
Well, not on my side, not on my side. So
That was
that's what
quieter
made
than
me
a
mad.
Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. Ooh.
Oh no, no, no. So anyway, so everything was working, but I accidentally this little on and off switch on my mic got pressed. So there's that. And then I turned it on, and then StreamYard muted me. So whatever. Nobody wants to hear me. StreamYard's basically ran by I think John Compulsive Collector is the CEO of StreamYard and is trying to sabotage. But what I was saying is we are on episode 14 of Collecting Justified live stream podcast, video podcast, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. We're just here every Saturday, Alexi, every Saturday to entertain everybody. The most consistent toy talk live stream on YouTube. So, but we can't, I can't do it by myself. I've got Alexi here with me. Let's get these other guys in here. I've also got David. How's it going, David?
Doing all right, you toy sluts and broke bitches. Because I'm broke. I'm a broke bitch. Just saying.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Are you feeling our pain too, Alexi?
Absolutely. I was gonna break in like Mr. Krabs. They're taking all me money.
Pretty much. And let's get Kenny in here too. Kenny, do you feel our pain?
Oh, I feel the pain. It's a deep seated pain somewhere in this. Actually, just a whole body pain, just
right there. This is the type of pain we have right now around here, where we can't even afford good light. Look at this. I can't even get a new ring light. I'm telling you, it's bad. It's bad. But guys, we've made it. It is episode 14. David, we've been talking about this for a while. We rebranded at episode 7 from Toy Chat Live to Collecting Justified, and now we have been justified, if you will, just as long as we were Toy Chat Live. How do you feel about that?
It's really real this time. We're like fully justified, 100% justified over, like, what was that? Toy Chat Live?
Toy Chat Live. Yeah, we don't like to talk about that.
It's the past.
But it is so real that now the old slide is gone and it is just Collecting Justified. So as I said before, every Saturday night at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm actually even getting here on time now, guys. I'm wrapping everything up, sitting here at the desk and ready. Yeah. Damien just said, make sure you hit that like button down below and just let YouTube know how much you're enjoying this. Right, John? Let them know how much you're enjoying this, John. So every Saturday, make sure you're here. If you can't be here, I guess you can catch the replay. But you know who will be here? I'll be here. My wonderful co-hosts will be here whenever they can. As you can see, Andrew is not. He's locked in the basement. Mike wanted him out last week, but apparently Mike was the only one that wanted him out. The free Andrew from the Basement Fund is open, folks. All super chats go towards keeping Andrew out of that basement for the holidays and, supporting the channel, getting new equipment and stuff. It's on the way. But yeah, all super chats, super thanks on any videos are appreciated, as well as becoming a member of the Justified. So become a member of the Justified, click that join button down below. There's a link in the description. If you're on iOS, click that and become Justified with us in all your collecting. And we're going to talk about it. All this crazy, stupid spending. And McFarlane just lost his damn mind. I don't know what Toddy Mac is smoking, but it is something. Oh, it's crazy. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. In typical Justified fashion, about an hour into the we'll get into the main topic. Right, guys? Right.
That's right.
If then.
But at the beginning, an hour and a half in the stream, maybe. But I do want to shout out all of our lovely channel members. And guys, we got a new channel member while not on stream right here. I don't know if you see that name down at the bottom right there. So here, when you become Justified, you not only find your way onto this amazingly exclusive list of wonderful justified individuals. You get a shout out every live stream every Saturday, not once, but twice, beginning and into the live stream, so we can let you know just how much we appreciate you. So, of course, we've got the OG Z-Man at the top. Tac Tac Toys, Mark, thank you so much. KJ Smith, Legion X, go follow him on Instagram. Some amazing shots on there. K-Mac, Ravenous Collecting, Encounter Culture. Make sure you go subscribe to Encounter Culture down in the description below. Link to his channel. He is killing it. St. James, Compulsive Collector, our #1 fan. He's got that nice collage of me on his wall right there. Don't let him lie to you. It's right there. Dan Who Reviews, our second biggest fan. Super Turk 5000, Art G, Darth Primus, Phoenix, Christopher Allen, and displayed once Rich himself, aka, if you caught last week's stream, Zordon. I don't know if everybody knew that, but Rich
True.
is in fact Zordon. So, guys, those are our wonderful channel members, and it's growing. It's growing. People are wanting to be justified. I'm seeing #justified pop up like in Dan Who's live chat every now and then. It's hilarious. I love it. I love it. I do real quick want to say hello to the people that are here in the chat. Of course, Kenny was here bright and early, along with Alexi. Damien is here all the way from across the pond. Hello, Damien. Christopher Allen is here. Jelly Figs, if it'll load. Yeah, there we go. Jelly Figs. Also, we have James Sadlin said the amount of shit we've had to hear about the Engine of Vengeance. I want to hear an equal amount of bitching about that ridiculous Joker talk show set. Yeah, we will get to it. We will get to it, my friend. Let's see here. Legion X is also in the chat, and then it's just a bunch of people saying I was muted. I wasn't muted. Y'all, you're muted. I'm not muted. And of course, Compulsive Collector is always here because he cannot get enough of us. Chi Collects is also here. Let me make sure I miss anybody. Oh, Stussy. Can't miss Stussy. How's it going, Stussy? How are you doing, Stussy? Let us know in the chat. We have to stay up to date on everything, Stussy. We have the Chronicles of Stussy, I think. Right, David? Right?
Word.
But appreciate you, bud. Rush is here. Hey, Rush, how's it going? And I think we are caught up. So I'm unmuted. We're here on time. We've got people in the chat, guys. So let's go ahead and just get into pickups. Alexi, you got anything?
I did not get anything in this week, which is it's in theme with this week's topic, right? I just couldn't afford it.
Broke. So no pickups. It's okay. David, you got anything this week? You and Kenny had a really good haul last week.
Yeah, I mean, but again, in theme with the show for today, I mean, I do have some pickups. So of course, I'm still spending money, but some of them are like some budget pickups, some catch-ups. I just started my Secret War shelf because of the wave coming out. I don't know where it's down here. So moved a bunch of my villains into that shelf. You can see a little bit. And then Rogue is by herself from the Destiny pack, just chilling, waiting for some heroes. So I picked up
She's got her accessories with us.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm going to put all the accessories.
There's just so many.
I picked up an extra Hawkeye with Sky Cycle because he fits that Secret Wars theme. And he's pretty affordable right now. And then probably the most pricey thing I picked up was from a line I don't collect, G.I. Joe's Road Pig. But I really bought him because of Raucous. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. And then I was at Five Below because that's where my station in life is right now. I was at Five Below, and they had this cinema stand, popcorn stand thing with a bunch of little accessories. So I bought this for some photos, some
Great
dios.
set.
Oh, Justin, yeah.
All these are so great.
Right? Did you get the there's like a produce stand? Did you get that? Yes. So,
Yep.
fun fact about that: there's an eggplant in that set, but
Yeah.
it's hidden
Yeah.
behind the card so that
Yeah.
it's not visible in the.
Yeah, it's just on the back, right?
Yeah.
So you won't know unless you look there, opened it.
Right.
There's so many good sets.
I picked up the holiday party set also. It's just got
I haven't
like
seen that one.
gift box. I just saw it today, the first time. So
It's like a
got
whole
some gift
ham.
boxes and some food and holiday cookie cutter sheets.
Nice.
So they call this mac and cheese in this pan up here, but it's like looks like it's got peas in it, and I don't know who the
Ugh.
hell is making mac and cheese with peas in it. So I'm throwing that in the trash.
You're not getting invited back to the holidays after that.
No,
No.
put peas in the mac and cheese. And
Disgusting.
then,
That's fight worthy.
Yeah,
that's fight worthy.
We don't tolerate that on this channel, so
no.
Keep the peas out of the mac and cheese. But I'm broke because CMD store got a bunch of stuff in stock in the Batman world. So the Batman 66 wave with Clock King and Wonder Woman is in transit to me right now. So hopefully by Monday, I'm kind of hoping by tomorrow, but I don't get a lot of Sunday deliveries, so I might have to be patient. And then the Batman animated Maxi Zeus wave also went in stock, so I bought that on CMD store. So that's shipping to me. And then the 1966 Batgirl cycle also went into stock, so that's shipping to me. So that's why I'm broke and shopping at Five Below for little toys. But I also went to Michael's because Wonder Woman's Golden Lasso is a little flimsy, and this is decorative wire in gold, like a white gold.
Okay.
So I'm thinking to make her Golden Lasso out of bendy wire. So,
that's perfect. That's perfect.
Right?
So, David, if you don't mind me asking, how much did that spool cost you?
This?
Yeah.
$7 change. $7.07, I think.
You hear that, Toddy Mac? You hear that? how many of the how many lassos could be made with that? And that's don't get me started on his Wonder Woman figures. That's perfect.
Yeah. I need some posable lasso, I don't need a little shoestring, So.
No. Yeah. Unless like maybe you need to relace your shoes one day, maybe. Yeah, Is that it, David?
Yeah, that's all of it. That's all of it. My big haul.
Those little sets, there's other ones out there too. There's like the grill set. There's other ones I've picked up. I think I've got.
Yeah, I have the barbecue, that grill set. That's in my Women of Marvel hangout house. Right.
There's a barista set.
I didn't see that one.
That one's a little older, I think.
Coffee cart? It's like.
Yeah, here, I can.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a coffee cart. I've opened it and looked at everything. That's why it's a little disheveled. There's other ones that I think Mike has showed off that I haven't seen in ours either. But I've got a plan I've emptied out some cubes. I want to put like some little, set up some little diorama sets in the cubes, like scenes and everything, like kind of eye level. So that'd be fun. That's my plan with those. So I haven't really opened them yet.
But $5. How can you go wrong?
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. There's so many other sets. There's like a pizza set, a sushi set. There's a kitchen set out now that I think somebody posted. I think it was Mike, and that set looks nice. But enough about me. People aren't here to hear about what I have to say. Kenny, my friend, what did you pick up this week?
So a few things picked up this week. My Target started to get these Into the Spider-Verse figures. So this was the only one I was looking for. Spider-Punk, right? Get the alternate Hobie, and then you get that unmasked head, which is fantastic, right? So looking forward to that.
Does the unmasked head have the purple tint on it, or is it just regular colored?
Yeah, so there's like a purple head and then a regular head. So they didn't give him a masked head in this set. You just get two unmasked heads.
One regular, one purple tint. Nice. Yep. Got your ass.
Exactly. That's how they make you buy two, right? Because
they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, absolutely. A line that no one collects, but and I think we're probably going to talk about. So but I did find the question at Target as well, so I was like, yeah, why not, right? So
he's a Chase, right? Or a
yeah,
Platinum or
and
something?
it's the Platinum as well.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, I
Sick.
kind of got like a Suicide Squad through the years shelf going on. So not like any one particular era, right? So something that'll just fill in a spot. This came in though. So NECA re-released this is like the 18-inch figures, right? So with sound, Beetlejuice.
Oh.
So that was a no-brainer. This one was going for like upwards of $400 or $500 for a few years, right?
Wow.
And then with Beetlejuice coming out, they just re-released everything. So I was able to get that, you know.
What was the reissue?
So it was I think it was over 100 initially, but with Target having all those sales last week, I got it down to like $84.
Hell yeah.
Right. So not terrible, not great, but not terrible.
A lot better than 300 to 400.
Yeah.
Absolutely, right. And then today, I'm just such a Beetlejuice slut, right? So today I'm out and we randomly decided to go to Party City to check some stuff out. They were selling the entire end cap display, not the stuff, just the actual end cap, right? For Beetlejuice stuff. So I bought the entire end cap. I only wanted it for this piece, so I cut it out already. But I mean, this thing was a good 4 feet tall, 2.5, 3 feet wide. But just to get that. So
sick.
Could you have framed the door to your room with this display?
Oh yeah.
So no, not yet. So like it's a thought. If I had a brick wall, I would probably just do like the chalk outline door and then just call it a day. But no. So eventually what will happen is the shelf behind me where you see the Beetlejuice sign, right? I'm gonna pull that out. This will go behind everything. And then it'll be like 2 Beetlejuice shelves right behind me.
Nice.
Are you getting that that big NECA display set of
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So another one that could qualify for this discussion, right? So
how much is that set?
That was 200. Let me double check that, but it was
no Robert De Niro though, right?
There's no Robert De Niro, right? You do get a Beetlejuice, but no Robert De Niro on that one.
Okay. All right. Those are good pickups, man. Those cardboard cutouts, when I worked at Walmart and I was like over electronics, we would have the big displays like that. I remember the big in-game display. Everyone every day was like, when y'all tearing that down? I want this piece. I want that character. I want that character.
Dude, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you did.
But I worked at a movie theater for years before, like when I was younger. Same thing would happen, right? Because movie theaters get those giant displays, giant cardboard displays, posters, obviously, but those big cutouts. I'm going to date myself a little bit, but when I was working there, Zoolander came out. So I took the entire Zoolander cardboard cut, and this was Zoolander spelled out, right? So you're talking probably close to 12 feet in length, right? And then just Ben Stiller, just like laying on top of the entire thing. I had no room for this anywhere, but because I worked there and it was just this silly thing, I was like, yeah, well, I'm going to take that home. So that's cool. So yeah.
And when it's free, I mean.
Exactly.
I ended up with the Iron Man out of that in-game display. And it was funny. Like I put it up in like the big nook above our fireplace, and my wife got home from work, and I waited to see how long it took her, like to notice he was there. it was pretty funny. It's like stuffed in the closet now somewhere.
Right.
I don't know.
All right. So do the stores have like a SKU for they actually ring it up, or are they just like,
no,
give me $50, you can walk out with it?
They had a printed sign that said $15 on it, right? So for the entire display, end cap display. And then they did have a number on it. So she did have something in there, but there wasn't like a SKU. It was just, I guess they have probably an internal code or something that they're just like, hit this and then put the price in, whatever, and then take it from there.
At Walmart, at least when I was there, when I was over at the department. It was just first come, first serve who wants it. Otherwise, it's going to get thrown away. It's really just up to like store managers' discretion and all that, really, on what they do with it.
Yeah.
It's going to get thrown away. But there's no like SKU or anything there.
I've worked retail for like, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I've worked retail for like 21 years, so dating myself a little bit, but like in retail, like they get excuse me, they get like entire fixture packages to display things like tables, like for special lines that they do in partnership. And so like over the years, like they've decided we're going to throw away this like style of mannequin. We're going to throw away this neon sign that we like commission for a certain, product rollout. So like there's a bunch of like stuff that in retail becomes first come, first serve too. Like I had a table that I like the top of the table came off the legs and I had to like roll it down the street to like the subway. And had that
so
in my
New
house
York.
for years.
That's so New York.
Right? I have a mannequin in my house from American Eagle that we threw away, and I have a neon sign that says like #WeAllCan, because that was a campaign that they did for a while. So like they were gonna throw it away anyway. So I'm like, wow, this is like I don't know. It's still in a box, like under a table in my apartment, but it's a neon sign that like could work, like to plug it in. So you get a lot of
I was about to say, David, are you telling me you have like a room somewhere in your apartment just filled with like mannequins that are thrown away?
It just looks like a department store.
I just have one mannequin and he's headless, but I also like my mom who notoriously never knows what to buy me for Christmas or anything. Like she bought me a Batman robe, like a bathrobe that's got a big Batman logo on it on the back. So like I don't know where it is when I moved a year ago, but like when I find it, it's going on that mannequin.
There you go.
Like near the Batman corner, because it's a plush like black with yellow piping Batman robe. So gets to dress them up. He gets to be different characters for like the different seasons.
Just put him in the living room. Just dress him up. Christmas sweater coming up.
Yeah. Every holiday, change it up. Yeah. Boom. Doesn't matter the holiday,
He's always going to be like the gay version, though. Like he's like in a pair of branded underwear, like
jock strap. That's fair. Yeah. Just nothing but a jock strap right now.
Yeah. Jock strap and a Batman robe. That's it.
Oh, just a Santa hat. Just put a Santa hat on his crotch. Mm-hmm. There you go. Perfect kind of risque. But so as far as me, I haven't really picked up much of anything. I got some effect pieces that came in this week as I drop one, because I'm gonna spruce up my X-Men display, waiting for the Sentinels to get here. And I dropped one. I don't know which one I dropped.
Shout out Can of Beams. Those are amazing. Yeah. I have a bunch of those.
Same. Yeah, they do really good work.
Especially when like the toy lines are like skimping out on power effects and stuff like that. Like these independent people will hold you down and get you like the right effects for every character.
Those Jubilee effects, I think those are like the best effect for her power that you can get for like a 1/12 scale.
So, these are awesome. They're accurate, man.
Yeah,
those look great. I can't wait to pop those on. And I also got some 3D printed Cyclops beam effects.
Also from Can of Beams?
Different ones. No. These a guy was 3D printing them.
Oh, okay.
So like he threw in like 4 different kinds. The only thing is like I was messing around with because I've got the VHS Cyclops with his visor, and I guess I'm gonna have to put some sticky tack in there and press it in, because they've got cutouts where it'll go into the visor, but they're too heavy, so they'll fall out. So
they're not like tightly formed in there.
No. I mean, they do have like little. I don't know how well that's probably not going to come across well on camera.
Yeah, I see the little notch.
Yeah, but they're just like a little too heavy. I really like this one. That one's really cool.
Yeah,
it's got some detail in it. But
connect with Justin. Connect with Legion X, because I know he has a lot of like cool power effects on figures, so he may get them from certain places that
cool.
you want to check out.
Okay, cool. I'll message him. You got a DM coming, Legion X. Just you wait. Speaking just you wait. Speaking of upgrading the X-Men display, so I've had the Caliban Wave Gambit in my display. And it's fine. It's fine. But my local store, I dropped his staff, had the 97 Gambit. So I'm about to have a Caliban Wave Gambit that I'm getting rid of. I just dropped his staff again. I don't care. This one is so much better in hand for like animated series and everything.
No matter how many Gambits we get, they can never get a hand that is tight enough to hold that staff.
It bounced away somewhere. And I'm a little disappointed because I saw he had a couple different Jean Greys in the case, but he didn't have a 97 one. He had like 2 different VHS ones. I didn't have the VHS one. The Jean Grey I still had was the Love Triangle Jean Grey. And I was like, well, let me get the VHS one. It's what he has. Let me see if I like it. I don't like it at all.
The Love Triangle. Love Triangle is still the best one. For
should I track down the 97 one or just stick with the Love Triangle one?
I personally, I think the Love Triangle is better than the 97, but I guess depends on what you're.
Is it? Yeah, you guys have them, right? How's the torso? Because 97 doesn't have torso articulation other than at the waist, right?
Yep.
Yeah, moves that much. Basically, doesn't have one. I mean, you at least get pivot. So the main thing that bothers me is the color of the hair necessarily doesn't bother me. It's the eyebrows of all things. Like,
no, dude, she looks like vitamin C. That hair is terrible.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, I think I still like this one more. I kind of like the colors on this suit a little more. So maybe I'll just pop this head over on this one. On this body, maybe. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Anyway. And I think that's it. It's been slow. We did the Power Rangers stream last week, and like I alluded to, I picked up a lot of old Power Rangers. So there was that. But that's
I think Power Rangers bumped into our top 5 with views.
Yes. It's 4 or 5 now. So yeah, that episode's doing really, really well. So that's it for pickup.
CT.
I did forget to mention the CT Toys Wolverine. Yeah. So, that was also part of the pickup this week. So
how's the quality in hand, Kenny, in your opinion?
Hey, it's not bad. Mine, and look, these are all knockoffs, right? So it's going to be like dealer's choice on the issue that you have with which one you get, right? But the left elbow on mine is super weak. That's really the only major issue. And then there's some discoloration on the arms. But other than that, I mean, it's look, for $22, I think is what it came out to. I mean, it's a good Wolverine for $22, so.
Oh yeah. I saw where they're doing the Tiger Stripe suit next is coming out. I saw somebody post about earlier today.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. It's a good option for people that don't want to spend 80 to 100 to 150.
It's good for people who just want a Wolverine, right? You don't care if it's Marvel Legends, Mafex, whatever, Mezco. You just want a Wolverine. You don't want to spend a ton of money, $22. You get a good articulated Wolverine. I have the Tiger Stripe suit and the like X-Force black and gray suit Wolverines, the Mafex of those. I don't have the brown suit, so for me it just kind of filled that gap. I don't collect a lot of Mafex. I only do Superman and Wolverine, so it's just a gap, but it's not something that's going to be for like people who are particular about what you're collecting. I would just say that.
Does he scale a little smaller than?
He's actually he came in right about the same size as Marvel Legends Wolverine. So I did when I did the review. I put him up against the Secret Wars Wolverine, the new one, right? And they are basically the same height. The only place that you really notice the difference is the feet. So the CT Toys and on the Mafex too, the feet are just smaller, right, than the Legends ones. But I don't know how much that matters to anybody. But yeah, I mean, size-wise, they came up right about the same height.
Yeah, Robo got one, and he did a review on it as well. I haven't watched yours yet, but I did see that you put a review up. And he said he measured every piece with like a digital caliper, and it's 1/1000th of an inch smaller than the original Mayfex, which was very specific. Yeah, which essentially it was probably like some dude who just grabbed the corner arrow and then scaled it down like 2 mouse ball rolls and was like, "Yep, that's perfect.
We're gonna roll with that."
Yeah, he wasn't like, "All right, 49 thousandths, 51 thousandths." He probably just scaled it just enough so it would be legally distinct. But it's a sick. Honestly, it's a sick pickup. I had the brown Mayfex Wolverine and I sold it recently for like $240. So for people getting mad at others picking up the KO, I'm like, why aren't you spending hundreds of dollars on the Mayfex? It's like, why would you, dude? Like the people who are gonna buy the Mayfex are still gonna buy it, and the people who bought the CTs, they're probably not. They weren't gonna buy the Mayfex anyway.
They weren't in the market for that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I think it's sick, and for people who are picking it up and enjoying it, good. Like co-off KO.
Exactly. And CT Toys, actually, the one CT Toys I have is something nobody's even done. Yeah, it's the black suit Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Nobody's done that yet.
So that's not even a KO. That's just a third party at this point.
And it's just basically they did a KO of the regular SHF Tobey, but that one scales a lot smaller, like next to the SHF. That's why I was asking. But it's still good. Like the plastic in hand feels, I don't want to say cheaper, really. It's just different. It's just different from the SHF.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really. And so, it's, to me, I mean, I've only have the one, but I think they're worth a shot for like around $15 to $20, depending on how much. But but we're not here to talk about cheap, affordable toys, guys.
No, we're not.
Not at all. We are here to talk about the most expensive. Just for these companies really they think we have infinite wallets, really, and it's their way of really making you niche down. Like, oh, you thought you were going to collect multiple lines? No. So of course the main topic of discussion, we will get to it, is this Joker set. So we'll get to that, but let's just go over some of the other expensive things, because we can't possibly go over all of them. So first we have the Hasbro HasLab that's going on right now. So Kenny, I think you're the only one here that collects Ghostbusters. In my opinion, when I look at this, I feel like the value isn't necessarily there in the regular release, to me, in my opinion, from outsider looking in. But that deluxe is well worth it with everything you get. That is well worth it. How many figures is that? 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8, right? With the
7,
the early bird.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 figures.
7. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's up there actually. Yeah. Okay, so seven figures. You get all the extra pieces, the car to make it, movie 1, movie 2, all the accessories and everything. So it's really like, if you're new to Ghostbusters toys, like
it's a starter pack.
If you missed out on all what's called Plasma series, bam, right here. Yes, the suits from the second movie, but still, you have all the characters you need right there. All the main characters, anyway. So that $399, so $400. I think that's worth it. It's almost like you might as well, if you're in for this, if you're in for the regular release, you might as well get the deluxe. What, and $70 more?
I feel like that's kind of what they're banking on, right? Like some people are probably initially just in for the 325, right? And then you've got all of this is probably what works in their favor for a crowdfund thing, right? You've got all of this time to think about it, right? Good or bad, so you went in for 325. It's been now over a month. So you're like, well, if I'm going to do the 325, I might as well just go for the full $400. I get the extra figures. I've got that representation. Whether I want to do the Ecto 1 or the Ecto 1A, I now have the option, right?
Yeah.
When it boils down to it, what am I going to display? I'm going to display the Ecto 1. I like the second movie a lot, but the first movie is the iconic movie, right? That's where most of the nostalgia lies. However, I love the option that you get to do it. If I was a sick man, I would go in for 2 of these, right? You know, I'm only a little sick, right? So I'm only going to go in for 1. But yeah.
Do you think there's going to be a lot of people getting like buying 2 deluxes and trying to recoup some money by selling the extra figures? Do you think that?
For sure. I think in any HasLab, or not even HasLab, in any crowdfunded thing, there are people who buy multiple with that goal in mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is at least the deluxe set. I think that's a justified price point because it just comes with everything. There's no tiers, no nothing. Can you guys agree that this is pretty justified, at least on the deluxe?
Justified. Bam.
Right.
Justified.
So the regular, not so much. I guess that's mainly for somebody that they're a movie 1 purist and they don't really care and they would rather not spend the extra $75.
Which is weird though, if you think about it, right? Because Tully in the suit is only from the second movie, so it has no place in the 325
in the first movie pack.
Yeah. But anyway.
So maybe the people that get that would just sell him, but then like nobody is really going to need him to go with the second movie figures because they already have the second movie figures because those are only released with this HasLab. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. But so going on, next, Hasbro. Well, staying with Hasbro, I should say, Marvel Legends. We have the new Sentinel, smaller than the HasLab, but it comes in at that $175 price point. It's your 97 Sentinel. It's more. I know, David, you've said that this is also kind of. I think everybody, David, Alexi, and Kenny have all pointed out this is, comics too. This isn't just strictly for animated series display, but this is much more. I think more people can look at this and say this is their mind's eye of a Sentinel. So, in that 175, it's cheaper than Giant Man. It's a lot cheaper than going out and finding the HasLab Sentinel right now. Yeah. So, and this is made to order, no crowdfunding or anything.
Right. And it's pretty much on pace with what the current market for like the Marvel Universe or the Days of Future Past Sentinel goes for, like the 18-inch Sentinel, right? So,
right.
I mean, if you're going to spend 180 on one of those, you could get a brand new one for, 175.
Exactly. So I think we'd all like for that price to be lower, but in my opinion, it's not egregious price gouging based off, like Kenny just said, the market value of the current Sentinels that are out there. So what's going to get you into trouble is army building.
Right.
So I've got to get one. I want to for my display, but we'll see. Any payments or anything, it's not due till it comes out, and we're a year away from that. Yeah. So you've got time to plan, and if it comes around and you can't afford it, you can just get rid of your pre-order, whatever. That's going to be one extra one they have for sale on the site. Who cares? It's not crowdfunding. If you want it, get it. And I think we can all agree this is the formula they should have done instead of HasLabs from the get-go. It's a much better formula. It's not offensive for some reason to people. I think this is good. Anybody else got any opinions on this one? I know we've talked about it before, but we're just kind of going over the big prices right now.
Justified. I'm in for 3. Kenny really said a lot about it. For me, the value is there. It's smaller than the Giant Man and it's cheaper than the Giant Man. So pay scaling wise, it makes sense to me.
Yep.
Again, you have option parts in there that you can customize each of the ones that if you get multiples, you can make each of them look different. And it's highly more posable than the Marvel Universe one, Days of Future Past one. that is going for the same price right now. So like 100% justified. Bam.
Exactly. This
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Lexi. I was just going to say on the aftermarket, this is going to go over like 300.
For sure.
People are going to be wanting to army build these. So I'd say if you want it, go ahead and get your pre-order in and think about it for the next year. Sorry, Lexi.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I also went in for 3. I did it all in the same order. I'm not going back. There's no choice but to get them. But I do agree with you, Justin, what you said earlier. Like, shouldn't this have been the model for payment the whole time? Like, was Hasbro being greedy, or maybe there were changes on the back end with the licensing fee? I doubt it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they should have just done it this way the entire time. Because I was pulling out of Dragon Man before the window closed, and I was like, you know what? I don't even have a Fantastic Four set. I don't even have a Galactus. Why am I buying a Dragon Man? Or like, why am I ordering it? And then it was actually Dan Hughes, a small YouTube channel out of the UK.
Not sure if you've heard of it.
Yeah, really inconsistent with live streams and stuff. But he had said like, oh, well, they don't actually collect payment until right before it ships, which is like a year plus from now or close to it. And I was like, oh, well then, I mean, I could get a Fantastic Four set within a year. Right. I can get,
just go to Ollie's.
You got time, yeah. The retro cards are available, yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is a way better model of payment than what they were doing before. And as much as I hate to say that I really would have liked an Engine of Vengeance and that entire set, like maybe, Engine went to hell so that this could come up to heaven for us. Pardon the pun for Engine of Vengeance.
They got a lot of bad press and rubbed people the wrong way unnecessarily going that model when they would make arguably more money with this model, because this buys a lot more good faith, really.
Yeah.
Rather than people being like, well, why do you need my money now? What are you doing with my money?
Yeah.
If not saying that they were, but why leave the margin for speculation when you don't need to? Just, it's bad press, and it was a bad idea, and hopefully they've come around and really realized that. So
but also, and not to dive too deep into the HasLab, which we will not speak its name, but like, wasn't it like $400 for that?
It was $350.
$350, which was the first time they were really trying to do a vehicle.
Didn't even come with a Robert De Niro. No Robert De Niro.
No Robert De Niro.
That's what killed it.
No
That's
Robert
what killed
De
it.
Everything should come with a De Niro.
Right.
Like,
it only adds about $150 to the price.
Yeah, and like all the tiers were locked behind the wall of like, will enough people back it? It was just such an unproven model at the time to ask that much money for. Because again, they're not buying our good faith, because we don't, So.
Yeah. The other factor that I wonder, because obviously you can't help but compare it to G.I. Joe, because they're like the other really popular Hasbro property, as well as Transformers. Don't get me wrong. I know Transformers fans are hardcore, but that's also, it falls into the category of G.I. Joe fans, because I think they skew older and they have more liquid assets in general. To just be like, yes, I want that, and yes, I will order it. Whereas like, Marvel Legends collectors or Marvel Legends fans might skew a little younger. Often on the forums and the subs and stuff, you see a lot of younger collectors. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot more like older collectors who are like, yep, here's $350. Give me my G.I. Joe HasLab. Because like every time they announce one, it funds within like the first week.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's a good point. I haven't really thought about the age demographics of the collectors per franchise.
Property.
So that's that's, I hadn't really thought of that. That's brilliant, Alexi. You should speak for everybody.
Exactly. Such a justified point of view, Alexi. Such a justified point of view. But so can we all agree though, kind of hearkening back to last week's live stream, go ahead and give us a command center and this price model. Bring the Lightning Collection back just for this. I don't care. Give us Civilian Rangers with us. Let's go ahead. Bam. Justified idea. Justified.
Justified.
Kenny, you're a fan of this as well, right? I think you said you were getting 2 or 3 Sentinels.
Yeah. Well, originally I was getting 2, and then after our last conversation about this, David had convinced me that I should just go ahead and place that second order for another. So not only did I place a second order for a third, I placed a second order for 2 more. So I'm now in at 4, but 2 separate orders. So I could abandon that second order at any point, you know.
Exactly.
But we'll see how it goes.
It's the freedom to know that you're not locked in until
absolutely,
it ships.
absolutely.
Right. So
and it also lets you, like, the longer you hold on to that order, the more justified you feel in it. I think, you know, like I'm not, like, if I've been living with this order floating out there for like 9 months, when it's down to the wire and it's going to start to charge me and ship, I'm like, well, like, it's like counting down to like 2 bottles of beer on the wall and like not singing the song anymore, you know, like you might as well just go for it, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And I do want to say, I'm not trying to ignore the chat. I'm just trying to get through this, and then I'm going to go through the chat and we'll answer some questions.
We're ignoring you, chat.
Yeah, not ignoring you. You know what can't be ignored, guys? Do we know what can't be ignored? A super chat, possibly. That can't be ignored. But yeah, we'll go through. I am reading. I just don't want to interrupt anybody. I want to give everybody a chance.
I'm starting to forget what Andrew looks like, to be honest. So like, hopefully there's a super chat to like help free him from the basement.
It'd be nice, since he's been in the basement for 2 weeks now. That beard has gotten a lot bushier, But so that's funny, Kenny. Last time we talked to David, you doubled your order of 2 to 4. Yeah. I doubled mine from 1 to 2. So, David, you're a bad influence.
There's some effect going on there. I see. Yeah,
exactly. But again, it's the freedom of, you can go from 2 to 1 to 0 whenever you want. Your order is not locked in. So that's just the model they should have used the whole time. But we're going to pivot into, from legends to legions. So we talked about this a little bit. Price is still unknown. This thing is ginormous. I wish I could shout them out. I forget who posted on Instagram. They did like the breakdown of the size and showed that it would fit perfectly on top of 2 DTOFs.
It's crazy.
Like, it would take up the top of 2 whole DTOFs. Like, it's the whole top, but it'll fit up there.
David, you can get like 7 then.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There's
David.
8.
Nothing's
There's
holding
8
back.
DTOFs on this wall alone.
Yeah.
So I can get 4 of those dragons.
Done.
Damn.
I like it.
Wow.
What's stopping you, David? This thing is beautiful and I want it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. The price, we don't know. It's going to be crowdfunded.
Yeah, Michael.
We don't know any more details past
4,
that.
5.
They confirm less than 6. Less than 6.
It's $5.99.
I would say that's reassuring. Well, $5.99 wouldn't be reassuring.
Yeah.
$5.99.
I did see where they I guess Jeremy Gerard posted or talked to people about, I think it was Cloud that pointed it out. Somebody pointed it out that the type of plastic is going to be kind of hollow, because they had to go with that, because if they didn't, it would be like 40 pounds. So shipping would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So some people are speculating, hopefully that means a slightly lower price point. But man, I want this, but I don't think it's going to be feasible. But it is absolutely beautiful. And so I can't justify it one way or another, or call it a McFailure. I can't pick one because we don't know the price yet. But this is beautiful. The paint, the detail, everything. So, but then you get to this. And I know we all have thoughts. So first of all, I think this is a cool set. I'm not hating on the set. I think it's a cool idea. It's a cool set. David, me and you both have the Batman 66 like diorama pieces. Those were pretty cheap, and they're not anything extravagant or anything, but they make for cool backgrounds for shots or displays, and cool. They're cool. He's done 3: the Batcave, the villain hideout, and the Bruce Wayne library. Yeah, Wayne Manor. Yeah, the Wayne Manor one's awesome. They're all cool, but that's what I thought this was going to be around, because David, what was the price of those before they went on clearance at Target?
I mean, legit. I think the most they were like $30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have all three, David?
Yeah. Of course. Anything 66,
Great.
Alexi, you do not have to ask. I will own it at least once, probably twice.
Nice.
Yeah. Exactly.
But a lot of people have bought that Wayne Manor library because it's so generic.
Yeah.
Like people use it as an X-Mansion library. Like it. Yeah. It's easy.
It's
you can this set, this box looks to be about the same size as this is it actually. Guys, this is a live reveal of the Murray Joker set. So it seems to be the same size box as this like Suicide Squad set, right?
Right. That was 180.
Well,
right.
125 where Kenny got it.
No, I got it for 125. I don't know. Maybe it was 180.
A shot in the dark. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, significantly less than 250 either way, right? So
yeah.
Half, literally half.
And the King Shark was a deluxe. That was a Build-A-Figure.
No Robert De Niro, but there is a John Cena.
Really? I didn't see it.
Put John Cena on the level of Robert De Niro.
That's true. I don't even know why I made that.
I mean, he looks hotter in tighty whitey underwear, but
well, there is a shark voiced by Sylvester Stallone. How about that?
Okay.
There we go. So we can agree, like, this is a cool idea. It's our first time in an affordable way to get Joaquin Phoenix, because I know there's a Hot Toys. I think there's some third-party ones, maybe. I don't think there's been a Mezco, right?
And it should be on the way, actually.
Yeah. And
like
we don't have a Robert
reveal, but not out.
And we don't have a Robert De Niro character, right?
No. But they are doing a solo. They're doing a solo release of that Joker, though, aren't they? Didn't I see that? Like,
I think someone in the chat was saying they were going to wait for it. I don't know. Now
I think it was Damien Ristori, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I hit up Jay's Toy Collection UK. He's always on that McFarlane leak list.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
True.
So here's what we get. So you get the Joker, the Murray. Was it 3 posable Joker faceplates? So he's doing the faceplate thing. So that's cool. That's cool. It's also saving money not doing whole heads, I guess. Yeah. The hands, you get that wonderful trading card. Robert De Niro doesn't come with a trading card. That's
messed up. It would probably be $275 though if it did. So we're saving money actually. Think about
the hands, the notebooks, the gun. That's what a lot of people are pointing out. The gun. And we'll get to, they had something to say about that. I think Kenny shared it in the group chat, and I've got that as one of the last slides. McFarlane's justification, if you will. The microphone, the coffee cup. It's cool, man. Like right here, if it was just this stuff, no diorama, none of that other freaking Shotsky crap. What would you guys say this set would be right here? Just these 2 figures and these accessories and that wonderful trading card.
50.
Yeah.
50. Yeah.
Even if it was likeness licensing, you could go 60, 30 a figure, right?
But question about that. Don't they like spread that throughout the entire line? Like we shouldn't be paying for it specifically this, right? Like
you would think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think it depends on whether because there's like the Robert Pattinson Batman franchise. There's this Joaquin Phoenix Joker franchise. Yeah. There's the Snyderverse franchise. So like, if there's different licensing that they have to pay for to produce something for that version,
it makes sense just to put it to that.
Right? Like that's just an outsider's view. If I'm guessing, like it might be relative to them producing from this universe of
it's a good point. And putting it in a pack like this allows them to justify their choices, right?
Yeah. It's just weird, man. I mean, I guess like Kenny, you were saying, they could take the likeness rights and spread that or a slime. They could kick that bucket down the road to their Joker 2 movie releases, right?
Yeah, or just spread it. Not even Yeah, exactly. But not even that. Just spread it across the entire like DC multiverse. Like, I guess saving the consumer the 250 here. Look, we get so many figures in DC multiverse, right? I mean, I've got a red tornado, right? You know what I mean? So, like, maybe if they're charging $22.99, right? I think for a basic release now instead of $19.99. I guess I don't know. I don't want them to increase the prices, but I'm trying to figure out how they're justifying this 250 and I'm just not getting there. So, all right, let's continue on.
If we give them the benefit of the doubt for lightness and they had to throw this gun in there, let's say 60 or 65 for this 2-pack, right? It should be 50, but we know how companies do. It's like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. It's a more deluxe set because he has faceplates this time, whatever. Oh, there's a coffee mug and a microphone and the gun.
It's a damn coffee mug.
60, right? So if we put 60 on this, what is this worth? This is, the background set. I assume this is going to be like the same quality of plastic as his 66 line stuff, right?
I don't know. I mean, the 66 ones are kind of collapsible. Like, so there's like hinges in them and it's very much hollowed out plastic. Like, doesn't look like this is collapsible. Like maybe it's two different panels that like plug together. And then the floor.
Yeah, it does look like.
Yeah, at the bottom you can see the.
Yeah.
Where it kind of.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I would like, again, if we're talking about what you should pack into this to justify the price point, like have a couple of different screens behind the window that you can make a different scene outside.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, like does the Murray Franklin logo light up? You know, like is there more things that you could do to command that price point?
If I could use this as a generic talk show set, right? Like if that Murray Franklin sign is removable, I wouldn't think that they would give you anything else, but I'm just saying, like, if it's removable in a way that it's not noticeable, you could put something else there. For photos, you could turn this into, like the Tonight Show or any other, random talk show.
You could put a generic like Crescent Moon logo or something.
Yeah.
To plug into it.
Think of like everyone who has a space ghost who could put this in front of. Like,
exactly, David. Yeah, and that's why I wanted this, because I was thinking, generic display talk show, and that's when they first announced this. I was like, oh, that's cool. So it comes with the desk, the 2 chairs, and a plant. That better be a real damn plant. Something.
It grows. You got to water it. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, David, do you think this is right there? And because honestly, if you were getting just this is less than what those Batman 66 displays come with. Let's just give it the benefit of the doubt and say it's higher quality plastic and the stuff's not hollow. Right around the same, maybe 30.
I mean, I think just the look of it is a little more elevated to me. It's a little more grounded in reality. It's not like the pastel plasticky colors. So like I would, if I was looking at this in a box on a shelf in Target, I might pay as much as $50 for this.
Yeah.
You know?
$49.99.
Yeah. Like, right?
Yeah.
And then we're talking 60 max for the figures. So now we're at 110.
Right. But let's be honest with this. I mean, people would be picking it up, but a lot of people picked up the Batman 66 stuff too that weren't using it for Batman 66 figures. And those still all went on clearance. Mm-hmm. Eventually, if you waited, you could get this for 30, 35. Mm-hmm. So
even the clearance price for this though, like that Suicide Squad pack was probably like 180 and then it went down to 125. Like, what are people even willing to pay for this at clearance? Like, I wouldn't even pay $100 for that.
Yeah.
I think like at 150, that's probably the price where you're like, okay, that's steep, not for me, but I can imagine that there are people who want to get this.
Dumb McFarlane collector out there. Yeah.
I think there are people that would want the figures and want the set. And there are people that would want just the figures or just the set.
Yeah.
So really, like, we could, in a fictional world, it would make more sense to release them separate. But then he's probably paying for the extra packaging, blah, 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 all that. So they threw them together and they were like, well, crap. What else can we just toss in this box to really justify that price? What do they do with those crappy mystery boxes that are on the bottom shelf of those stores that nobody ever gets? Oh, like notepads and signs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The crap that nobody wants. That's what you get here. You get a sign, just life-size props, like a flyer, a notebook. Man.
Wait, life size? Like
Yes.
this is
This is 1-1 scale.
What?
Yeah.
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 So I have big
Why?
opinions on this. So one, can't I like print that Pogo's Comedy Club flyer out from like
you could have it
Google
today if you
search
want. Yeah.
for free.
Oh my god.
Couldn't I like replicate that little business card that he hands out about, forgive my random laughing. Like,
yeah.
I do not need the don't smile sign to put on my wall. And then this notebook. So like they say that there's like doodles and stuff inside the notebook, but are you telling me like every page of this notebook has like, is it like a 70-page notebook with like replica of all the doodles? Like, or is it like the same page, like printed on all pages of the thing?
It's like page one.
Or is it one page? Like
probably wide ruled too. Hate wide ruled.
Right? Double spaced. So like
wide ruled.
So it's like what? Like there's no universe in. I don't even think the biggest fan of this movie would care to have any of this. I love this movie. Like no joke.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
I loved this movie. The scene that they are replicating in the set is like burned into my memory because of like how kind of shocking it was in the moment, So like I was all in when they announced this set, but then to level it to this price point and then add this trash in it to try to justify it, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like does anybody in the chat, anybody in the universe really care to own any of these pieces on the screen right now?
It's really insulting that this is what you try to justify the price with. And we'll get to that, what Kenny sent to the group chat. He shared that post. But Stussy here says, good thing they waited a month after the movie came out. Imagine dropping almost $300 on this only for the sequel to suck. That's another thing. Do you guys think that possibly they were planning more figures leading into the sequel, and just that huge negative reception of the sequel, they were like, oh crap, we have to pull out of those. Oh, we got to make our money back somehow. What can we shove into this to really jack that price up? Do you think that could have potentially had anything to do with it, or no?
I don't know. I mean, one, like production wise, they would have been working on the figures for the sequel like for the last year, I would assume.
That's what I was thinking.
So like I don't know if they could do such a hard pivot to in short amount of time to like scrap the figures and then like produce a bunch of stuff to pack into this, like what's on the screen here right now. I do think it's like notoriously bad timing that like the audience that went to the first movie and loved it, then went to the second movie and didn't love it. Now they're throwing this set out to remind you of what you loved about the first movie while you still have a bad taste in your mouth about the new movie.
Remember that first movie? Buy this.
Yeah. It's like it creates a struggle for that consumer. Like, wow, like considering like where the franchise went, do I now want to invest $250 in this, to recapture my love of the first one,
It's, man, that every time you say the $250, it just reminds me that's the price. Several people looked at this and said, yeah, that'll sell for $250.
Yeah.
Did they though?
Fuck
Because
yeah.
Todd is like,
Todd it's the same guy that did the new Wicked dolls. That quality control. That's what it is.
What website did they put on these? That's what
I mean, the team at McFarlane Toys sat around the table.
Gosh.
Produced,
dude, yeah.
Sticky Dick.
Here. Are people afraid to tell Todd no? Like,
I think so. Having been like I've never had any face-to-face interaction with Todd McFarlane, but having gone to New York Comic-Con and sitting on that panel, like even the people that were running the panel for him, they don't tell him no. He just goes off on his own thing. Like Todd is Todd and just does Todd.
And man, I want to root for him because he is like going up against like Hasbro, Mattel. He is the little guy.
Yeah,
he is, and he's a creative. He's created some like good stuff, and he's doing his own thing. And say what you will about liking some of the figures, hating some of them, he's doing his own thing. And I wish they were all 6-inch scale, but man, he's lost his mind. He's known for affordable vehicles when nobody else is doing.
And that's a great point. Like, I just opened this Batman Forever Batmobile. Colors be damned, but the vehicle itself is awesome, right? And at a good price. So you're just, I don't know if we're just accustomed to these things being like, oh, well, you know what? That's actually, that's a good deal. I like it. I'm in. And then this is kind of just like sticker shock.
Right. Right. Art G is here. Hey, Art G, how's it going?
What up, Art G?
We're complaining about McFarlane right now. You're just in time. Just in time. But guys, you see, this is pretty much the exact same box that you showed off a minute ago, Kenny. Just the opening it up and displaying everything.
Yeah.
And this is the outside of the box, so I guess it's some nice collector's edition box. Who gives a crap about the box these days? Unless it's on a retro card, who cares? There are some people, don't get me wrong, but who the hell has the space? Unless you're collecting only McFarlane stuff.
It's such a big box too. Like, are you really going to display this box? Like, look at this.
RG says, put that money towards a dragon. Exactly. How can you sleep at night if dropping $250 on this, knowing that money could have gone towards that beautiful dragon? But then again, if you only collect McFarlane, you're like, oh, I have this. No, you don't. You have all these Batmobiles. You don't have the space for this box.
Yeah, exactly. You've taken up all your space.
Here's a different look at the figures, and you see, like, man,
I don't know if Robert De Niro's ass is screen accurate.
These are they're different molds, at least, right? Right? I don't know.
Dude,
These better be original.
You know what?
molds.
They're probably are. I don't know. I'm trying to see like the wrinkles in the pants, but
yeah,
that would be extra shitty if they probably are the same thing, right?
Like Heath Ledger Joker, maybe.
No, it looks like the wrinkles in Murray's pants are going diagonally, and Joker's are going horizontally.
Alexi, that's not a wrinkle.
Oh, whoops. He's licensing that brick in there then.
Oh, that's where the price came from.
Okay.
Oh man. But honestly, the accessories aren't even all that great.
It's not like a lot of accessories, right? It's like
exactly
a few.
Who said it? I'm looking for. I think it was Damien that said needed the Robert De Niro head with a hole in it.
Oh, jeez. So
I don't think he could get away with that.
I don't think they would ever be able to sell that, but like it would be accurate to the movie.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Spawn toys used to be pretty gruesome.
Yeah. I mostly just need this for my Meet the Parents display that I'm working on. So.
What, you got their Zoolander cut out?
Yeah. I've already got the Zoolander cut out. So.
Oh, that's perfect. But is it just me, or is like this coffee mug way out of scale too?
Yeah, it looks massive, and like I drink big cups of coffee, and yeah, that thing is.
It's like
that's like it's like you remember back in the day, you go to like 7-Eleven or somewhere and you can get one of those like giant jugs, you know,
super big gold.
Yeah. That's kind of what we got going on there.
And you're not, these are McFarlane articulation. Are they, they've got the pins, right? Right.
Yeah.
I can't really see.
Murray for sure.
Yeah, Murray definitely.
Like, how much is the set? He's going to re-release this Joker with like a staircase diorama. And how much is that going to be?
You're going to get a Jokerized Murray.
Could you imagine how big that staircase would be?
Oh my gosh. $600. Bam. Right there. $600. And let's see here.
Mm.
Oh, Damien did say it wasn't him. It might have been Stussy then. Sorry, Damien. Sorry. Christopher Allen says, I'm surprised McFarlane got BBTS, Amazon, and Entertainment Earth to all carry this. Exactly. That was another thing we were thinking, like, oh, McFarlane's Toy Store exclusive. But no, he's got other places to carry it. And Z-Man is in the chat. How's it going, Z-Man? We're complaining about good old Toddy Mac, good old Uncle Todd right now, bud. But this is what they put out because, of course, huge stinker. Everyone's upset about the price because people wanted this. People wanted this. And I did. What'd they say here? They said, we've heard your feedback. Whenever they start out with that, that means
yeah.
No, but we're not changing it.
This is a soft way of saying fuck you, but here's what we have to tell you.
100%.
What in the chat GBT shit is this? We've heard your feedback about the pricing of the Joker movie set and wanted to take a moment to address your concerns. We want to try to justify.
How nice of them.
They've watched the show.
This next line, due to the mature nature of the Joker movie, that has no bearing on the price. In what world does the mature nature of the property have a bearing on the price? Does NECA charge $200 for every horror movie figure they put out?
That's the big argument that people are saying. Not argument like people are arguing, but that's what people are saying point wise. Like, dude, you sell NECA figures, or people sell NECA figures, and they like have bloody, gruesome scenes in all of their properties.
Yeah.
So
that's
where I think they're talking about the gun in this, like, because Warner Brothers has restricted them from packaging guns with all the McFarlane figures. So, like, did they need to pay the licensing more in order to pack that little handgun into this set? And so
maybe it's to prove that the people buying it aren't kids. They're like, kids can't afford this shit. So he's like, see, kids aren't buying this. They can't afford it.
But he said, we faced unique restrictions on pricing options, which made this approach the only way we could release the product. Then don't release it. It's not, if this is what they have to charge to make their money back on everything, they're not going to make their money back. You're losing money on this out the gate. Despite these limitations, we remained committed to delivering a very limited offering that truly feels worth it. Well, you failed.
Feels worth it to whom?
But this is where all that random one-to-one scale crap comes in. That's why we packed as much value into the box as possible with exclusive details and features we hope you'll enjoy. You shoved blind box crap into this figure set to try to fluff the price. Everything that people complained about the Engine of Vengeance not having value, bam. Twice, twofold is absolutely ridiculous. I can't find, I know it's an ongoing joke on this channel that we hate McFarlane, and we don't, except Alexi does. I don't have a feeling one way or another. I want every company to make good toys, really. And if he wants to make good toys, fine. Captain Carrot is one of my favorite figures in my collection. I love that figure. It's not perfect, but I love it. It's goofy. I love the Batman and Robin movie figures, the Batman Forever movie figures. I love this animated series re-release line. They're far from perfect. some of them, Batgirl, are crappy figures. But it's that representation, and I missed out on the DC Direct releases, and those are super expensive to backtrack on. And we're getting Build-A-Figures that we never got in the DC Direct line.
Yeah.
I'm concerned with how quickly you have Condiment King at the ready.
It's just right there. Just
from me filming my reviews, these figures are still on this table next to me.
That's fair. I do have a basket of figures like next to my review station. Like still haven't found a home.
Maxie's name. So I don't know, man. I want them to succeed. So this isn't McFarlane bashing. This is this item bashing. This is, and of course they go on to say, and this, like it's almost this last little bit is. It always feels like a company's like whipping it out, pissing on your foot, and walking away.
Yeah,
like your feedback means everything to us, and we'll always strive to provide the best value while honoring the characters and stories you love. Thank you for your passion and input. That's what inspires us to keep improving.
It does not.
Well, I hope you appreciate our input because you're getting a lot from this. You're getting a lot of input from this set. So, guys, I've talked a lot. The value is not there in this set for me. I don't see where on earth in this. Let's take out the 1-to-1 scale stuff. And David, what did you say the math added up to if the two figures were in a 2-pack and this diorama set, and we rounded up on the two figures? What did you say that comes out to?
We were at 110.
110.
Yeah.
And David, again, I think you said like in the group chat, if this is about the gun, then don't put the gun in the set.
Yeah.
You haven't given us a gun with anything else.
We'll figure it out.
Find a handgun toy somewhere.
He sold a weapons pack recently, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
doing that to get around that.
Under Spawn. So that's how he does it, like the weapons packs. Yeah. But
like
just
like if you cut, like I think I said, like I would have been in for the figures, the chairs, the wall, the floor, and the desk for $125. That probably would have been my cap price before I'm out. Like $150, you might have been able to push me to $150, but that's even too much. Like I can't saying it out loud. Like I can't even justify $150 for those things for me.
He would have made a lot more money just selling them separate. A lot more people would buy the set, like just the background for like pictures.
Yeah, because
all that good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Then people would buy. Oh, sorry, went back too far. I don't care about the figures. I don't. It's not, that movie wasn't made to build a universe or something to have more characters coming out. And with how poorly the second movie was portrayed, we know we're not getting more characters. Right. So I don't care about these figures. Like if I saw the Joker single packed on sale for like $15, I might pick it up and just throw it on my movie DC shelves, maybe. But man, $250 for all this. I want this background, like Kenny said. Just it'd be nice to kind of replace that logo with something more generic. And man, $250. Where's $250? What do you guys think would have to be added to this to justify that $250 price point?
I said Robert De Niro needs to deliver this to my house and hang out with me for the day while I set it up and take pictures with me and it to justify $250. But I don't think he has the time to do that with every person that buys it. So
exactly. I
don't even know how we get to $250 on this. You need more figures, but what figures are you even going to do? Because there's nothing, right? Unless you're just putting random it's
either the girl that he was like obsessed with, or the little person that he like terrorized in the apartment, right?
Yeah.
Like, who else? There was no other major character in this that was
Zazie Beetz' character.
Yeah,
right.
The girl. Yeah.
Didn't it turn out he was like hallucinating most of her scenes at the end? So yeah, she was in this set actually.
Maybe I guess maybe like Joaquin Phoenix in his underwear, you know, like
there we go,
super skinny,
now we're
right?
talking.
Like that's
there's
not much else you can do for this. I just don't know how you get to 250. There's just not a way.
At least 1.5 Batmobiles.
The big sign that he turns and everything.
Oh yeah,
he's on the street for those kids beat the crap out of him with it.
Yeah.
Oh man, Damien says it needs a box of Twinkies. It needs about 6 cases of Twinkies.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. And Z-Man says, lights and sounds with audience member cutouts. I get.
If they had the dialogue where he's like Marie and like ranting and raving, like that could have been a cool feature.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, just a button you press and it's an audience laugh track.
Marie. That'd be good too.
Marie.
And
but we can all sit there for free and say Marie.
That's true.
Without spending $250.
Yeah.
Imagine it's got a little voice box, and when you push the little button, it says, "You get what you fucking deserve." I think you have it set to evil here.
All right, now I'm in. Now I'm in for 250. Let's go.
When you compare it to like what this dragon's going to be, we're going to say it's probably going to be anywhere between 3 to under 6, 3 to $4.99. I mean $5.99, 3 to $5.99. That's if you could get this dragon for $300 and you spend $250 on that, shame on you.
Right.
that's we can't really compare it to this because we don't know the price yet.
But I was thinking this, so like I think I said this in the group chat. It's like so $250 for the Joker set, but the Sentinel X-Men 97 Sentinel is cheaper than that. Mm-hmm. So let's compare the value and the playability between these two things. And you have an army builder factor in this. How do you justify $250 when you compare it to this offering?
This is the definition of McFailure.
Yeah.
Justified or McFailure. This is the definition. And we don't want there to be McFailures. So you can get 2 of these Sentinels for $350. $100 more than just. It's crazy to me.
What am I going to do with that notebook with his doodles in it? What am I going to do with that?
Read
it? Am I going to read it?
Read it?
Am I going to read it?
And for clarification, we're not if anybody wants this Joker set and they love it and they're going to buy it, we're not hating on
in the
you.
chat.
No, fuck that.
If anybody wants it, comment in the chat.
If you're buying this Joker set for $250, you better not have said shit about the Engine of Vengeance for $350.
And
you better not have said
you should put a super chat in the chat right now if you're buying this Joker set.
If you're spending $250 on that, I don't want to
let Andrew out of the basement for a fraction of the price of the Joker set.
Man, I honestly want to know someone's point of view on how they see the value in it. Unless it's like someone like our friend Jay who can on toys.
Mm-hmm.
But even I want to know Jay's opinion on this. Honestly,
I do.
I really do.
I'm very curious if he's gonna justify that.
Because
I don't know where he gets his money from, but he buys a lot of shit.
If anybody in our group please, anybody in the chat, if you're going to get this, we're not going to hate on you. Alexi might ask you what your opinions on the Engine of Vengeance was.
I might ask to borrow $20 if you're going to buy this, but I'm not going to hate on you for sure.
But I'm just curious, man, because and then you get into like the Ghostbusters, like so
the Beetlejuice one was $250 as well. So I double checked on that.
The Beetlejuice
playset?
Yeah, the Beetlejuice, the NECA Dante's Inferno set.
Right. $250. Okay.
Let's see. Does NECA have that on their Instagram, Kenny? I can pull that up.
Yeah, they have somewhere on their Instagram, yeah, and definitely on their website. But so you're getting right. You get like the entire club, outset. You get the extra you get the figure, right, which is the Beetlejuice with the spikes coming out. So that's the exclusive figure for that. It does light up. Sound, I don't know. It does not come with the girls though that were dancing on the top of the club. I feel like now that I think about it, at $250, they maybe should have been included.
Yeah.
That's why Loose Collector's making the zombie chick.
I found their posts, but it only shows the building. This is it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the building. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. No, wait. There are more pictures. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So that's plastic. That's not just cut out.
No, it's plastic. It's a full thing. Like they had it on display at New York Comic Con, so it does look good.
Oh, sick.
At first I was like, I don't know if this is worth it, but then after seeing it in person, I was like, yeah, all right, I'll go for it.
This Beetlejuice, that's a 7-inch figure, so this is big. This is a lot of plastic. You said it has lights and sounds?
I don't know about sound, but it definitely lights up.
Okay, so that's, $250 is still too rich.
And
blood, I'm not
like, this picture is good. You can see, so it not only does it like light up Dante's at one time, but it kind of gives you like each letter by, like an actual sign might be like a moving sign.
Do the lampposts light up too, like those lamps?
I want to say yes.
Okay. I mean, when they release something like this, it's for the person that loves Beetlejuice, right? So again, we're assigning like our personal value systems to every one of these releases. How nostalgic is it for us? How much did we love that scene? How much do we love the franchise? How much, and if you want to compare this, let's price to price, it's the same thing, but like, is there as much nostalgia and fandom built into the Joaquin?
Yeah, that's exactly where it is, right? They can charge $250 for that Beetlejuice thing because Beetlejuice has had nearly 40 years to gain momentum.
Oh my God, it hasn't been that long, has it? Jesus.
Yeah. Not 40 years, nearly 40 years. It was 35, right? 35 years.
Well, it's up there. Yeah,
making me feel old.
But that's the thing. Like, I think that needs to be a factor when these companies make decisions like this. Like, how long has this franchise had time to permeate the culture, the zeitgeist? Like, and because ultimately we will all vote with our wallets when it comes to things like this. I buy everything. Like I bought Galactus at $400. Wasn't Galactus $400? Because
it was $399, right?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't that much, was
he?
Or
$349.
Well, I thought Sentinel was $350.
You're right. Yeah, Galactus was more than a Sentinel.
Yeah. So I spent $400 on Galactus, and I bought the HasLab Sentinel. I only bought one.
Oh yeah, it was $400.
Yeah.
Wow.
So but these are centerpieces. These are things that don't come around. They come around once in a lifetime. Like they enhance something that we've been collecting since 2002. So there's all these extra layers to like justify our spending. Where I don't think that the properties existed long enough. I don't think that there's enough nostalgia or love of the movie in order to justify these one-to-one prop replica nonsense that they built into this. And their statement really just sounds like they're shifting the blame, like they were forced to price it at this because of licensing or the mature nature of the movie or whatever. Like they had no choice but to price it at this, so they can't change it and they won't. So please come along on the journey with us and spend all your money. Like that's not enough for me to hear from them. You know, like,
and playing
I'm out.
playing devil's advocate here, like this compared to the Beetlejuice set, this arguably the Beetlejuice set is bigger. This arguably comes with more. It comes with another figure, but it really only comes with more because of that extra crap you threw in that nobody wants.
Yeah.
There's still, like you're saying, value on stuff is based off nostalgia, how much you're willing to pay for it.
So think of
the Beetlejuice set, in my opinion, is overpriced too. I don't feel like that. You can't use that to justify this.
No, I'm with you on that.
But people are paying $200 a piece on the Ghostbusters figures from Mondo.
Yeah,
I mean, they're 2-packs, so it's $100 a figure.
That's another great point, right? Like, what justifies a company like Mondo charging that much? They're the only ones doing it, and they're doing a great job. But are they worth? No, absolutely not. You know what I mean? Like, Hasbro probably makes these figures in the next 5 years, right?
Yeah.
And then we have a $25 version of it, you know. So
I feel like it's important to break down.
I'm still buying it.
Yeah. The Beetlejuice set, right?
And the Mondo Ghostbusters. It's
and the HasLab.
And the HasLab.
And the Sentinels.
And the Sentinels. You know what I mean? And it's all hitting at the same time. That's another thing. I get that, like, this is supposed to be the quarter that's most profitable for companies, and this is when they sell a lot of stuff. But damn, they're not holding back this year. You know, they're just like big project. Everybody's got a big project coming out.
We didn't even talk about the Dragonfly HasLab that's been landing.
And the Ghostbusters HasLab from last year is about to start shipping out too. So the 1/1 scale trap and PKE meter, right? Which also I did buy that. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know why. I don't know what I'm doing with 1/1 scale props, but fuck.
A good point to talking about coming with little things and like that. These are $5, people. They're nothing super special. They're nothing super crazy, but they are $5 at Five Below. And the little things that come with this, are they that much more detailed? Or are they
Murray Franklin coffee mug?
So
that's too big.
Think about like
a coffee mug that came. I get have y'all seen them in stores? The Pixar and Disney like storytellers sets. There was a Stitch one, Incredibles, a Wall-E. There was a Zootopia one. They come with like 3 or 4 like figures. They're pretty cheap, minimally articulated. But I have like a little Disney Pixar shelf, and there was the Zootopia one comes with a coffee mug. It's the sloth guy that in the movie it says "You want it when." And I got that set because the movie was cute and everything. I mainly got that set because of the mugs. I wanted to have my Deadpool holding it because that's funny. That's you want it when something. Yeah, that mug is the same size as this mug. And that comes in a $15 set with 3 very much less articulated figures and 1 accessory. But still, $15 set, 3 figures. He talks about amount of plastic you get per. I'm just saying. And that's a Disney product. So you can't tell me DC's licensing is costing you more than a Disney movie's licensing.
Yeah.
That's rough, man. And it's important to point out, so his basic figures, we're not going to get into his like online exclusives. They're like $45 or whatever. His basic on the shelf figures are $25 a piece, right? Is this set worth 10 regular DC multiverse figures? Because that's how much this price is telling me it's worth.
It's not.
No.
Oh, it's crazy.
I was also thinking, like, so I'm looking at like the NECA street scene Dio, right? Like, we're all familiar with that thing. You know, it's out everywhere. That's $115, right?
Yeah.
For something that, you know, is a pretty good amount of plastic, right? So you can't even, I don't even know how you justify this talk show set nothing's the math ain't mathing, man. I don't know.
I'm trying to like kind of look from the other side of the fence, right? And like trying to like get over there, but like, man, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Art G, Five Below. Did you find the kitchen? No, we were talking about that earlier, Art. I haven't seen the kitchen anywhere.
I have the kitchen set. I have that.
Oh, you said you got the kitchen set,
Yeah.
David?
Yeah,
I didn't hear you say that. The ice cream parlor, I haven't seen either. There's so many cool sets. I have to keep checking. I don't get to Five Below enough.
The thing
often enough anymore.
That farm stand set though is frustrating because like there's a bunch of little troughs to put stuff in, and there's no farm produce that's in the set that fits into the troughs.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's weird for me. Like they should have, even if it's like fake, you know, like not a fully sculpted thing, but just that sticks out the top, then at least that. But that's the one weird thing. But again, I paid $5 for it. Like I'm not mad. You know,
that's
like,
what you mean.
So the little boxes for them are just always empty because the produce won't fit inside.
Yeah.
Always sold out, creating that demand.
Exactly.
Justified.
Exactly.
Bam.
Exactly. But the detail in this, and again, it's nothing special, but those pumpkins look really good. And
they do.
An eggplant.
And that eggplant, David. And how would you rank that? How would you rate that at scale out of 10?
Top tier. 10 out of 10. Maybe 12.5 out of 10.
Speaking of Five Below, I know we're derailing, but we'll get back on track. But yeah, so they've got these Beetlejuice like cartoon figures, right? It's just Beetlejuice and Lydia, from what I've found. But yeah, Five Below too. So cool.
Oh man,
you don't ever get to see like this Lydia, you know, in modern day.
Everyone should really go through Five Below like once, and you'd be surprised at the amount of random but fun things that they sell.
Yeah.
You know, and you know you're not paying. Like I bought there's a bunch of t-shirts on the wall, and it's $5.55 per shirt. And like I can
you don't want to lose money on that.
Just buy 7 t-shirts.
Yeah. That's the thing though. It's not so much Five Below anymore. They're now about 10 Below, but they don't want to rebrand the entire store, I guess. But you know,
those from Five Below too?
Yeah.
Love
you get both of them. Little Rugrats. They're not articulated at all, but these are like perfect, like 1/12 scale. That's cute, right? Like we're never gonna get articulated Rugrats. Never say never, but I don't think we're ever going to.
Super 7, they're coming.
Oh god, and they'll be like 10 feet tall.
Yeah,
they'll look great, but also, they'll be 10 feet tall.
We should mention that, like, you know, politically, there's been a shift in the last month. And there's tariffs that are going to be coming, which are going to affect the toy collector because of like all of the costs and the plastic, all of that is going to go up. So I'm kind of afraid, considering like this 250 set from McFarlane. What would this look like a year from now? Like, what are we?
Yeah.
What are the toy companies going to feel forced to ask us to pay because of the tariffs that are now affecting international trade? You know, so just putting it out there. I don't know an answer to that. I don't know what it's really going to look like, but it's coming. But, you know,
there were already rumors. So before all this political stuff and everything, we don't want to get too political on the show or anything, but we're talking. This does relate to toys because everything's imported. So. There were already rumors of its Legends and everything used to be $19.99. It slowly went up. Now everything is basic releases are $24.99. There's been rumors of the plans at Hasbro are to eventually go to that $30 price point per figure. Is this going to be that bridge to it? And before the end of next year, are we going to be looking at $35 a figure? And at what point are you guys saying, well, I'm out, not out of collecting altogether, but I'm a lot more selective, and I'm not gonna, especially say goodbye to Build-A-Figure waves because nobody's gonna want to.
That's already the money saver right there. Just cutting out the Build-A-Figure. They're charging the same price for a retro card as a Build-A-Figure with less stuff, right? Which I'm fine with. You know, if that's the way it's gonna go, $24.99 is fine. But like, they're already not keeping above water with $24.99 figures, how are they going to do it with $30 figures? You're going to price out a lot of people. You know,
because
think of the accessories that Rogue came with. They can't afford to keep giving us that amount of accessories.
It's so much.
The price has to go up.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. You reach a point where you either decrease what's in the box or you increase the price, right?
Yeah.
Because they're told, okay, this is the line you have to meet. You can't, you have to, the
Or
profit
just
has to be there.
Less stuff, I guess.
What can they cut now? Like you said, they already cut Build-A-Figures.
Or just
like
less
Alex
releases,
said,
instead of
say goodbye to Thwip Hands for Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean everything goes fan channel. They just stopped doing mainline releases, right? So this year we've really shrunk down on that anyway. So maybe it's just conditioning us for, what happens next year, 2 years from now.
How would that affect big box retailers? Like, I mean, I know Target is still going to make money every day, all day.
Yeah.
But like, if, like Toys R Us as a brand went away.
Right.
And now our mainline areas to buy toys are like, I think I go to Target, I go to Best Buy, I go to GameStop and the comic book store. So like, I don't know any other place that you can go and really shop for Walmarts, for those of you who have them in your area that
have anything.
But it's always one aisle now.
Shifted online.
Marvel shifts out of the toy aisle, and it's just on Hasbro Pulse for everything.
The question is so we can agree that the retailers don't need these action figures in their stores to make money. They don't care about them.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They'll be fine.
I think
a million other things.
The entity profiting is Hasbro itself from selling their money. That's why Jada wanted Street Fighter in Target. You get it in front of more people, no matter if they buy it or not. It's in front of more people. It's going to move. And Walmart and Target are paying Hasbro to have their product in there. So are they really making more money by cutting out the middleman? Or are they missing out on? We don't know that. We don't have any way of knowing that unless you're sitting at a desk and at an office in Hasbro Stark Tower, wherever. I don't know.
But
3 people left working there.
Think of Marvel Legends is like the premium collector line version under Hasbro, right? So when we think of like what we've seen in the Target pegs in this last year, like all I ever go in and see is the kid versions of Marvel lines and those like evergreen
the legacy figures,
Spider-Man and Iron Man on the pegs. So it's like they don't really have a Marvel Legends presence in the toy aisle anymore anyway. Like I'm hearing the Secret Wars stuff is popping up there, but I've been checking and I haven't seen them in my stores yet because it lands in California first, Alexi, and then it comes over to me in New York. But
they're not at our Target. Don't look at me.
Oh, all right.
And what did
I'm almost
not even Legends, but what's Hasbro's? We got into it last week. What's Hasbro's second biggest seller right now? Like G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe,
Both my local Walmarts don't have Joes anymore at all. They took the section out. There's no tags, no nothing.
That's crazy. That sounds crazy. Like, if anything, I would think that they would just make sure that Joes are on the shelf, right? That's kind of the bread and butter, aside from Transformers.
Are they banking on the collector knowing that they can go and find the toy online, like a Marvel Legends collector and a Hasbro collector, like a G.I. Joe collector? And that
not on Walmart's
not really getting any new versions of us from being in Target, so they'll keep the kid lines in Target for kids, for a shelf presence for the kids, for the parents to buy for the kids. But then if somebody is willing to spend $27.99, $29.99, they will go to Pulse to buy it, and then they don't need to deal with Target.
It makes sense to me. Like as someone who frequently buys these figures, right? I not primarily, but like mostly shop online for the figures. It's almost shocking sometimes when I actually see a Marvel Legends figure that I'm interested in at a place like Target, like that Spider-Punk, right? That I was on the fence about buying those, but I was at Target today to buy other things, and I'm there, so of course I'm gonna go and look at the toy aisle, see what's going on. And they had 3 of them on the shelf. I'm like, oh shit, all right, well, yeah, okay, I'm
Kind of
in.
have to now.
Yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, exactly. I'm obligated at this point, but you know,
Is that how they get us? Like, it's more special to actually
Conditioning?
find something on a peg than I'm like, well, shit, I found something on a peg, so
Absolutely.
let me
Absolutely.
buy
Yeah.
it.
you might be onto something. I don't
So
know.
few and far
Yeah.
between. Like,
'Cause-
absence makes the heart grow fonder. So like we're more willing to like pick up something we were on the fence about just because we saw it in person live. Like,
Yeah.
what are the chances? Wow.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know?
Yeah, you're onto something, because I wasn't gonna pre-order that. You know, if I didn't see it on the shelf, the next opportunity for me to buy that would be like, all right, I'm on Amazon and it's now $9.99 for some reason. So, oh, okay, well, $10, yeah, I'm in. So let's go.
That's how I got the Luke Cage and the Iron Fist. Amanda was just at Target and she sent me a pic of the shelves, and I was like, "Hey, buy that."
There's actually something there.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise I probably wouldn't have pre-ordered it, or I would have just, got it down the road somewhere. But there's
Like
definitely a factor at that.
That's the thing. I think I saw that Iron Fist set at Target once. I saw Phoenix at Target once. I saw Odin at Target once. I saw Hulkbuster at Target once. And then and the Venom Pool Build-A-Figure re-release at Target once. So every time I've gone back, like, they're not there anymore. So it's like creates that feast or famine, like, oh my God, if I don't get this right now, I'll never see it again. So like, maybe this like spreading thinner what is actually on the pegs is driving the purchases more than flooding the market and letting it go to clearance and like losing your profit margin on the item itself.
And tell you, individual stores don't have as much control over what comes in as people think. When I when I worked at Walmart, I was over toys for a while, and I could order like cases of, like, let's say Legends or whatever, but you have no control over what comes in. Like, if I know a new wave's coming out or something, I can preemptively put in an order, but it's what they call like the GM side. It's like non-perishable and everything. And the manual orders can take weeks to months to actually process. And then when it comes in, it can just be, it's whatever they had, whatever they chose to send you, whether it be, G.I. Joe, or it's weird. It's really weird. The ordering systems of these stores, I don't know how Target is, but it's really outdated. And now, since I haven't worked there in I don't know how many years, it's probably, I don't think they even let them do manual orders anymore. Everything's auto-generated. So it comes from the area or the corporate's buyer on what they want to send to the stores. So what they're seeing is, oh, we'll send one and we're not worried about replenishing it at all. Because the fact that they're on, and Rush pointed out that it doesn't help that Legends went on sale on the Target app. That means they're out there, and Target and Walmart, they have access to them. They're just choosing not to put them in stores. That's and talking about the kiddie lines, it's always been argued, right? Like, oh, the toys are for kids. They're for kids. Kids these days, and I'm hoping my kids are different. My son's only 4, and he's playing with toys right now, and I hope he keeps playing with toys.
You make sure he's different.
I do, man, because everyone says they age out so quick now and don't play with toys anymore. So the kids stuff in there, the reason that kid stuff's always on the pegs is it's not selling. So they're not making money off these kids other than around Christmas time when Uncle Chad is in there buying a random toy for his nephews.
Skylar.
And stuff. Yeah. It's like, oh, let me just get them this random crap. I think they like X-Men. Who cares?
I like X-Men, so they like X-Men. Yeah.
Exactly. And this is more,
they're going into my collection. Yeah.
Exactly. So that stuff's not selling really, besides specific times of the year, and because that stuff just typically clearances out eventually. And
but it's also so cheap to make that they probably don't lose that much profit on it when it's clearance, even, so, right?
It comes down to,
it's interesting because, like, as you're a collector, Justin, and you have a 4-year-old son, like, is Hasbro expecting you to like make your kid the next collector, but you're not choosing to buy him the kitty stuff? Like what? Like where do you fall in this?
Yeah.
For me,
am I asking the right? Am my question making sense?
I see what you mean. Like, do I want him to like the kitty version of like Legends? To
Well,
like,
or like, why are
into
you
it?
not buying that for him? Like he must
Because
want
they
something.
suck. The articulation is shit.
Right. He has
But you're
some.
not going to spend $30 on a figure for him, right?
No,
So
absolutely
you're not
not.
buying him any toys.
Yeah, that's
Screw it.
yeah.
Screw it. He can play with the box.
Well, the thing is, like right now, he's into like Bluey, and there's that stuff. He's into like Pixar cars and Hot Wheels and stuff like that. And it's like there's that gap where so they're into that stuff, and then they jump from that straight to video games and tablets and stuff, and they completely skip even that 10 to whatever year old that kitty stuff is really aimed for. Probably younger, like 8 to whatever is really aimed for. It's like that demographic isn't there anymore. So that stuff is like, who's it for? Maybe some kids still like it, but they jump from the kitty, the Bluey, the Disney stuff straight to video games. And then there's us buying the Legends and the 6-inch action figures and stuff. And they don't make enough money off of us to really justify keeping the product in stores. Would they? Maybe. I've got I've got 2 successful local toy shops around us. The much regarded, it's known national now, Toy Federation is about 30 minutes away from me. They're super successful, but that took a while to build up. And he makes all his money off nostalgia, older stuff. They don't really make that much money off newer stuff. Down the road from me, where I always go, is Cosmos, and it's a newer place. And people come there and buy stuff because they don't have it at Walmart or anything like that. And it gets into, you can't find it for 24. Are you willing to go to your local toy shop and pay 30 for
35,
it? 35, 30, yeah. And
well, my comic book store will kind of price the action figures based on what they go for at the moment on like eBay. So like I am in every Wednesday I'm usually off work, so I go to the comic book store and they have some new stuff. Like they had the Batman 66 Alfred, but it's the black and white chase version, and I couldn't find that yet. So they priced him, I think, at $35, and the Batman 66 stuff is typically $20. Like CMD stores actually selling them now for $17.99, which is great.
Yeah.
So check out cmdstore.com. But
but only a week after David and I have hit CMD store, right?
Exactly.
Don't stomp on our shit, all right?
Giving away the secrets, David.
Hey, they're selling at reasonable prices, which is good, and like the shipping doesn't kill me. So like, but the comic book store, like I've gotten to know the toy buyer for that comic book store, and he like even apologized to me for some of the prices that they're charging, because they're trying to stay competitive in the market. Like they can't, they're a comic book store. They are running a business and they need to be profitable too. Yeah. And the comic book industry, we can talk for all day about like how that's kind of waning, like physical comic books. But he like kind of gave me a frequent customer discount on my purchase in order to like make it more reasonably priced. Because I've just been shopping there since I was, I don't know, a teenager. So, but yeah, like comic book stores are gonna kind of level up to what the aftermarket price is, I think.
Absolutely.
Competitive, and they're not handcuffed to price doing mass suggested retail price.
It'll be even worse if what Justin's describing happens and they just pull in-person figures out of big box stores altogether, because it'll be even more expensive for comic book stores to get a hold of this physical inventory, and then they'll have to bring it in, and upmarket there.
Yeah,
I, for one, welcome our online overlords because I fucking hate going into the stores
Right.
to go hunt down for figures and everything for that odd occasion where like something's actually on the shelf.
But we've been conditioned like with disappointment, like constantly going there and not seeing anything. But yet to bring it kind of back around to this Joker set, like if this is so I'm presuming this is not going to be on shelves at Target, right? Like they're not going to have a $250 price tag on the.
I don't think they can.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
No, but like if this is where companies are going with pricing, like are they pricing themselves out of big box stores? Like because nobody walking Target is going to drop $250 on something like that. Like is the Batwing going to be on shelves at Target for animated series?
So. It should be. The Batmobile was.
But like those are like huge. The max.
But the Batwing is huge though.
In store, right?
Yeah.
Like I bought the Joker mobile from there, and that was like the biggest thing that I bought the Bat Cycle when it was clearance.
Well, they definitely had like the Captain Britain shield at Target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing though. All that stuff is cheaper than this set and arguably better. I know it's better, higher value due to, and that stuff's still going on clearance. I saw people posting that Batman the Animated Series Batmobile, their Target, whatever. They were lucky in their area, got so many that some were clearance down to $25.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that is absolutely insane. At that point, I'm picking up everyone I see on the shelf at that point. So because why not? Nobody else wants it. Nobody else is buying it. That's crazy to me.
That's such a deep discount. Like
how?
Like, what are they even paying like at a wholesale point for that? For
them to be able to sell it for that low price.
But like a store like Target or Walmart, they're not going to miss it, right? Like they have these things called loss leaders, right? So they just sell stuff cheap anyway because they know they're going to profit on a million other things that are in the store, right? So
that's why you really don't see that like clearance stuff at Walmart that much, because most of the time with Walmart's markdowns, the way it does is in the handheld. You used to be able to go in and set a price when you mark it down to clearance, and now they had moved to a new system right before I left, where they want you to go through this new system where you scan it once to mark it down, and it takes it down by a percentage. You can scan it twice, a second time, to hopefully take it down more. But sometimes it won't let you. If it hits a threshold where it's like, well, we're losing money, we make more money by just sending this back. And they want you to just take it and box. And they box everything up and they send stuff back. I forget what they call it. But that's why you don't really see. That's why you see so many great clearance deals at Target versus Walmart. Because they make more money getting money back from the distributor, I guess, by just saying, here you go, take it, and then that ends up
at Ollie's,
whatever, all that good stuff. So a little insider baseball, I guess. I don't know.
I don't have a Ross or an Ollie's. I'm so upset. Like
or Walmart. That's why you don't have a Ross or Ollie's. You don't have any Walmarts.
Yeah, there you go.
They feed off the Walmarts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
I think that being said, like Walmart refuses to mark some stuff down. So if you see stuff like $5 off, sometimes you will. It's like, oh wow, they actually got marked down money to mark some stuff down.
Yeah.
What was that Build-A-Figure wave? It was like that Egghead in the suit. There's been one of those sitting on a Walmart peg around me for months.
Dude, same. It's almost like we're at the same Walmart, but we're definitely not. We're 2 states away. But that's the only figure at my Walmart as well. And it's been there since the wave came out.
Yeah.
I'm like, what was happening here?
And it wasn't like somebody, like some people are doing the whole trick where don't do this. You find it at Ollie's or Ross, and then you buy it on sale and then return it to a Walmart or a Target without a receipt. So some people are seeing old figures pop up for that reason in their stores. But this has been there the whole time. The whole wave hit the peg, and then that has just been there this whole time.
But you've never done that, Justin, right?
No, I actually have not. I have not.
That's like the action figure version of the meme where Mo is throwing Barney out, and then he's dusting his hands off, and then Barney's right behind him again.
Exactly.
Where are you at? What?
Exactly.
Egghead. Where all these eggheads come from?
But yeah, just that one egghead. And I think actually, I don't remember if it was that Walmart, but that same Spider-Man wave, Kenny, the new Miles was the only one on the peg the other day. But I didn't care about it. So
the other Walmart near me still has Vulcan.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I think they gave up on Marvel Legends. Like they're just waiting to sell that one and then they're out.
Any New Yorkers, there's in Midtown Comics near Times Square, they still have like the whole Bonebreaker wave marked at $28.99, but like there's a wall of them at $28.99. I'm like, when are you just gonna like let go of like nobody's gonna buy that for $28.99? No one's buying your entire wall of Siren figures and Darwin, like who was spending $28.99 on that when
they're counting on the people who were visiting Times Square? That's
well, maybe.
Although every time I go to New York, I go there and I never buy anything for that exact reason. I'm like,
it's like the whole thing where everyone remembers Toys R Us fondly, and we all love Toys R Us. But if they were to reopen today at those exact same prices, we'd go in, we'd love it. And half the time, unless it was something we were looking for and couldn't find online, you just leave without buying anything. Yeah. We all loved it to like walk around, and absolutely loved the deep clearance when they were closing. That was great. I wish I could go back in time and buy more of like stuff I chose not to buy then, because I was stupid. I think I didn't get really into collecting. Like I had stuff and I always picked up like random figures and stuff, but I didn't get into like Marvel Legends and really into collecting until like as Toys R Us was going out of business and everything. And it was my first Marvel Legends figure was the first 10 years Iron Man, the MCU Iron Man.
Really?
Oh.
I was late to the game, guys. I was late to the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got
because I had.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I had like the Legacy collection, like Power Rangers stuff. I had some Dragon Ball figures and stuff like that.
Just not Marvel Legends.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I had gotten out of like toys and wasn't really collecting things. I would grab things every now and then and set them to the side. And me and the wife, like we were playing like card games at the time as like a hobby and like traveling, doing all that until
so
I
you
got
like you were in the weeb shit, as John would say.
Exactly. Going around, traveling and doing tournaments and stuff like that. And we had,
like a rock star.
Yeah, right.
So I got a Wave 1, the vintage Wave 1 Black Widow, the retro card. I got that on clearance from Toys R Us when they were closing up. Nice. And that was like, I just started like getting back into collecting in 2017. So I want to say they like shut down in like 2018 or so. And I saw like online that they were shutting down and there was a lot of clearance stuff. So I was like, we got to go to a Toys R Us. There's going to be a bunch of crazy stuff there.
I got most of the Diamond Select Ghostbusters on clearance from Toys R Us.
Yeah, I think she was like $6.
Yeah.
Oh. Gosh, man. That's what. Do you think that? So I think we all probably find ourselves walking around in GameStop every now and then, right? Because they've kind of
more than I'd like to admit.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to find, really. And they every now and then mark stuff down on clearance. You're able to get decent deals on stuff. Are we going to look at GameStop as fondly as we did Toys R Us when they're gone? Because they're going. No. They're going to go.
Hell no.
No, you don't think so?
Absolutely not. Fuck GameStop.
Yeah.
But I mean, where else besides your local stores do you really have to go and like window shop toys? Besides like local comic shops and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. But also still no.
Yeah. No, fuck GameStop.
Yeah, I always feel bad for those employees. Our local like GameStop employees now, remember they always used to try to like upsell you on stuff and like as soon as you walk in, they're like, oh, a pro membership, blah, 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 blah. Mine have just given up. Like they're just, hey man, how's it going? Like that's it.
Sounds accurate. Yeah.
It's like the most hopeless, overworked employees ever. There's always like only one in the whole place every time I go.
It's the same person.
They're going from store to store, like state to state, just like opening the store that day. But like I've gone up to a GameStop at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and the gate is down and it's like out to lunch, like be back in an hour. And I'm like, businesses still do that? Like, but I guess there's like GameStop only one employee
this
there.
Is America.
Like, wow.
That's got to be the only reason they're still open. That's the one employee for all the stores.
Cheap labor. Cheap labor.
Yeah. That's, man, I do think the finding figures on pegs, those days are going to be behind us soon as those prices go up and everything. Sadly,
so
it's going to be sad.
But
we'll still see a ton of McFarlane on pegs.
The silver lining, I think, though, is as much as like the toy hunt or going to store, doing that whole rigmarole for the toy hunt, right? As much as that is fading out, toy shows are like booming, right? So like you can always find a toy show to go to or some sort of like con or collector's event, and then those have really replaced that. Because think about like I especially like for me, if I go to one of these shows, I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff, a bunch of tables, a bunch of people who are all like from the same community, interested in the same stuff. So it's actually like, in a way, I mean, those are the more and more that those pop up, it's kind of, it fills the void, and it's a nice thing.
Speaking of toy shows, next weekend, God, I can't believe it's next weekend. Me and Andrew are both going to Retro Toy Con here in South Carolina.
He's getting out of
getting out of the basement, everything. He's paying me enough money for me and Toy Federation actually runs this toy show. It's every year in November. It's nothing but toys, and you can find some hidden gems, and it is amazing. I'm so excited. I'm going Saturday and Sunday. We're still having our Saturday show. I'm off work every Saturday anyway. So go to that. We're gonna have the show at night. Hopefully have some awesome stuff to show off.
Are you gonna like film content and like report live from the toy show with your Justin Collect t-shirt?
I'm gonna be wearing it. My wife sadly will not be wearing hers, because when I got hers, because she's petite, she's pretty small, so got her woman's small, but she's also, I don't know if I've said this on this channel, I know I've said it on Dan's channel, we're expecting another baby, and she's due in February, so she is
not quite fitting that small t-shirt.
Yeah, not quite fitting the small t-shirt. So that's gonna be fun. But man, especially my son's gone with us like pretty much every year too. So he's a lot more aware this year, and he loves. And like all the vendors are like, "Oh, here you go, little man!" Like give him a car, like every booth, everything. He freaking loves it. Like last year, he left with so much more than me or my wife got.
Jealous.
I was like, oh, gosh, like he's happy. I'm like, I found like 2 things. I don't know, but it's gonna be fun. Me and Andrew will, film some. I'll have Andrew in the content, so you can see David.
You can get him to wear like a prison jumpsuit or something for that.
That'd be great. Maybe I can make some calls.
I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just have him. Have him in like handcuffs, like walking around in handcuffs. Could do that.
Spotlight on him.
Funny. There we go. And it's fresh out of the basement. But and that's great, because right now, with how crazy the prices are on everything, and I'm not really looking for anything new right now. I've really scaled back on Legends because the MCU went down the toilet. I don't think anybody can argue. The MCU has been really, there have been bright spots. There have been some bright spots, but man, it's been pretty rough. And note, it's been an ongoing joke. I had all the MCU Eternals figures, because how would I get rid of them if I didn't? But they're gone now. They're gone. I freed up that cube. Don't ask how. But they're gone. So that's another freed up cube. But man, I'm looking for like some older stuff. Like I would like to find like more like older like Power Rangers stuff like this. There's a few things. I need to write down a list of things I'm looking for. Maybe some older legends. I don't know, man. But I think at some point you get in your collecting where you can just be very picky. And I guess that's where you get to where like you can actually justify some of these higher dollar items because you're not buying whole waves throughout the year anymore. Because are you guys like Build-A-Figures are getting less and less now? It's retro cards. Right. Are you guys still really getting whole waves at the moment for Legends?
I'm like Kenny in that like I did not buy into the Spider-Verse figures. Like my roommate bought more of the Across the Spider-Verse wave, like Spider-Man India and the Miles G. Morales as like the Prowler costume, and he bought more of that wave than I did, and he doesn't really collect like this. And I am in on the Secret Wars wave, but like I'm caught up at this moment. Like with the Batman stuff that's on the way, like shipping right now from cmdstore.com. There's like nothing left on the agenda for the rest of the year in my like expected deliveries list, because what else? Is anything else really like? There's the Falcon Winter, like the Falcon Captain movie next year that is the next stuff, and that's I still haven't pre-ordered that. So
yeah, I'm not in for that. I got rid of most of my Phase 4. That's what it is, right? After Endgame Phase 4, got rid of like all that stuff basically. I'm in for any Deadpool movie stuff. I finally watched Deadpool, by the way. It was
fine. Like now that it's streaming, you finally watched it?
Yeah. We finally watched it. It was fine.
Did you like it?
It was okay. What? I wasn't blown away. It wasn't bad, but it was.
Are you not a big Deadpool fan or Wolverine fan?
I like them.
You hate America or
no? It was almost like, oh, that was great. I'm glad that was good. I'm glad I watched it, but I don't have like the itch to go back and watch it again. If that makes sense.
Well,
I'm glad I saw it in theaters. I haven't watched it again streaming yet, but I am glad I saw it in theaters.
Yeah,
the theater might.
I'm not saying it was bad at all. It was fine, but
I'll say this though.
Characters do you want from it? Oh, sorry, Kenny.
No, I was just gonna say after watching it immediately, I kind of had that sentiment, but then like thinking about it, I and talking with people about it, then I really came to be like, damn, that was actually really good. And so I don't know, maybe it just needs to settle a little bit. And then
I kind of wish Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool wouldn't break the fourth wall as much. I think that kind of takes out of the maybe like, when you're like the suspension of disbelief and just being entrenched in the movie and the stakes and everything, like doing it so much kind of makes it feel like nothing matters. Like, oh, well, this and this, kind of like the argument against multiverse. Like, oh, who cares if this character dies? They're just going to bring in another Doctor Strange or another Iron Man. Like, who cares? But that's why Endgame was like the perfect kind of ending. And before they introduced all that, where it's like, oh, well, here's Tony Stark from this. He looks different, but this is still him. And this is, this person. And here's Mr. Fantastic. Oh, he's dead. Here's Johnny Storm. Oh, he's dead. And, but
so did you like the Henry Cavill Wolverine?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was fine. It was 2 seconds. That's cool.
What characters would you want them to make figures of for the movie that you would buy?
Definitely Channing Tatum as Gambit. That was entertaining. Give old Wesley Snipes as Blade. I would get the Elektra. I would get all of the characters. I would get Chris Evans, Johnny Storm. I don't really care about Cassandra Nova. I don't really care about getting a figure.
Big movie though.
I know, but what would they do with her to make the figure fun? She'd have like a safety cone and not really be able to do anything. That's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like, oh, I love these characters, but also where before I was like, oh, I need all the characters from this show or this movie. And then I'd get them, they'd sit on the shelf. I'd be like, well, I can't really do any, like the Agatha figure. When we finally got her, you couldn't do anything with her. I ended up getting rid of it. It was just a little
Cassandra Nova should have an alternate hand that has her fingers through somebody's head.
Yeah.
And that head should be able to be put on a Deadpool, you know?
Yes.
So that you can have them like completely connected.
That would be fantastic.
Hire me, Hasbro. I've got a million ideas.
David's looking for extra money for all of this all
Maybe
this
an
stuff
employee
coming
discount on Legends. I don't know. You know.
See, guys, Andrew is in the chat. He's fine. He's fine. See, he even said he's fine. See, nothing to worry about. But man, stuff's getting expensive. Bottom line, stuff's getting expensive. I've been cutting back and getting more and more picky. I want a Mythic Legion's Dragon. I'm not going to be able to afford it. I want 2 Sentinels by the end of the year. Yeah, that should be able to work that out. That damn McFarlane set. I don't know who. No shade if you want it. I don't know who can want it and justify it.
Did anybody in the chat actually say they were going to buy it?
I want to know who's actually buying this thing. Like, I don't. I want to hear something. I want to hear that side of it. You know, like,
right? Because as of right now, like, I just don't. And I'm trying to see it. And I think, let me see if I can find it. Christopher Allen said, I don't think anyone is on that side of the fence, Justin. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know, man. Just like Kenny was saying, who maybe we need to go like on some, like, I need to go into some like Facebook group, like some DC Facebook group, and see like what people are saying. But I think it's pretty like universally known.
They released a press statement about it.
It's usually not a good sign.
Yeah. They had to address like a wide group of people that are not happy about this price point. So, like at that point, kill the project. Like, don't even release it. Like, come on.
Yes, because why?
Or you know what? Come out with another statement. Oops. Hey, fam. We realized that we set the price at $249.99. We actually meant to set it at $114.99. Oops, typo.
Whoops, my bad.
Fingers after lunch.
At this point, it's like so much bad press and everything. Would people just not get it out of spite? Like some people's opinions on HasLabs, like, oh no, screw them. That's maybe. I don't know, man. I didn't want to have such a negative sentiment, but I was thinking that maybe we could talk our way into like something positive about this set. But I don't think there's anything positive about this set, man. The figures look fine.
Sure.
Not $250 fine.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I got money to spend on this crap. We've got good crap coming out.
You got to save your $250 in case that dragon is $600, and then that's a part gets you what, a third of the way to your dragon.
Right. No, wait. I know what people would say. Alexi, this is like the price of like it's 2 Mafex figures and a playset. Right?
If he added a Mafex Batman and a Mafex Joker to this, he's got me. I would absolutely buy this if that was the pack-in. Get rid of those 1-to-1 notebook and signs. Put a couple Mafex figures in there. Do a collab.
Andrew said, the diorama looks good. Andrew, don't try to justify.
Stop it. No, Mad Hatter did a review or like a video on this as well, because sometimes he gets McFarlane stuff, and he was pretty blunt about it. He was like, McFarlane, listen to me, sit down. You're not a Mezco, okay? You can't charge prices like this. What you're producing is not at that level. This is not you. Eat a Snickers. Like, it's just not. Stop. And I watched that, and I didn't realize that those were 1-to-1 props, like the notebook and the don't smile sign and stuff. So I was like, oh, Mad Hatter, what a funny guy. He's being a little hard on him. And then when you said that it was 1-to-1, I was like, what the fuck?
it's almost insulting, right? Well, almost. It's insulting. It's insulting.
That's wild.
Damien said, "Can anyone do the Darth Vader?" No. But
is that a Star Wars reference? I don't.
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Does
yeah.
that confuse me?
Maybe we don't talk about Star Wars anymore. Andrew's in the
Yeah, that's
basement,
true.
and our Star Wars episode fell out of the top 5. So Star Wars doesn't exist to us anymore. Okay, unless Andrew's here, and then I guess it can exist a little bit. But and oh look, it automatically starred, I guess, when Rich became a channel member. So I can go ahead and show that off.
Woo!
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, Rich.
We have proof
And-
on screen.
Exactly. And
don't forget, you're my number 1 customer.
There we go. Just give me my damn Jingle All the Way figures, McFarlane. Stop making this stupid shit and give us some good stuff. But oh my god. So how much would he charge for an Arnie and a Sinbad? That's
$375.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Arnold is he'll give out the likeness.
He already has his likeness.
Yeah.
The Mr. Freeze.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'd be like $700.
It's a repaint of Mr. Freeze, so like the proportions are just terrible.
He's still wearing the armor, but his skin color
Painted the
or flannel.
sweater on it.
Yeah.
This is what Turbo Man looked like, right? Yeah. It's the same thing.
That's awesome.
This is Todd McFarlane. Got a Turbo Man here. He's just
Oh, big chunk of plastic.
this will be $400. $400. This
Oh
Christmas
my
tree
God.
playset. Oh my god! But guys, I think we tried to find positive stuff. I'll end it on this: buy whatever the hell you want. It's your money. Buy whatever the hell you want.
Except for that.
Right.
Yeah. Just as long as you can justify it to yourself, buy it. I can't justify you unless you become a channel member. Then you know what? You are justified. And God, that hurts to say. I don't. Yeah, you're justified. If you're a channel member. But speaking of channel members, I know we went on and we had, I think it got up to 24 viewers in here. I saw at one point. We still have 16 people watching, so I did give away some channel memberships as a thank you to some people that were still here. But an interesting thing, guys, and Dan Who pointed this out, talking to Tanner on Legends and Liquor like 6 weeks ago, whenever his last show was. Tanner had received a gifted membership at one point, and he said he watched on the replay, but he wasn't in the live chat, which is something that a lot of people always assumed, like Dan assumed too, that you had to be in the live chat to get a gifted membership. So I will say, anybody watching this, if you do want to possibly receive gifted memberships, you have to go into your settings on YouTube and hit that thing to accept gifted memberships. So make sure you have that. It's in your settings somewhere.
I've been gifted memberships to channels, and I was like, I was not in that live stream, but all right.
Right. That's because Kenny it's the Hasbro customer service thing all over again. They're just willing to, gifted membership. Let's look at it's Kenny going to Kenny.
That guy sounds like he needs a gifted membership.
But I did give away some memberships, so I want to call out who caught those. We got some frequenters of the channel. We got Collecting Rush, Bring Toys to Work, Shane Shooter, Jay's Toy Collection UK, and It Started with a Click Shelly. I know Rush was in here earlier, but I haven't seen anybody else. So if you're here right now and you caught that channel membership, let us know in the chat. So I'm curious how many people are actually here. I know it says they have to have accepted to receive memberships.
Yeah.
And they try to give it to people that watch the channel and interact with the channel. So,
okay. There is some like rhyme or reason to it.
Like subscribers, probably, right? Like it just wouldn't throw it to some.
Yeah, you have to be subscribed.
Like there's like some random dude on YouTube who just has an account and he's like, oh, I just got this membership to just.
He's watching a makeup tutorial and he's like,
right?
This?
Like, what? Justin Cole? What is this weeb shit?
Actually, I kind of wish that. I kind of like that idea better though. It just throws it out to random people in the ether. You know,
brings in new viewers. Brings in new viewers. But yeah, I appreciate everybody in the chat. I know I wanted to. There was a lot to talk about today, so we didn't get to answer all the questions. Maybe I tried to just skim the chat, and whenever anybody had something funny, something hilarious to say, or a question, I tried to bring it up. But guys, we do appreciate everybody watching. But before we get out of here, because I can't if my mouse would act right, I have to thank all the channel members again. I'm going to have to edit this list again, which is a good thing. Thank you, Z-Man, Tat Tat Toys, KJ Smith, Legion X, K-Mac, Ravenous Collecting, Encounter Culture, St. James, Compulsive Collector, Dan Who Reviews, Super Turk 5000, Art G, Darth Primus, Phoenix, Christopher Allen, Displayed Once, Rich himself, and our new channel members, Collecting Rush, Green Toys to Work, Shane Shooter, Jay's Toy Collection UK, and It Started with a Click, Shelly. And also, thank you, Andrew, for coming in from the basement. You could go ahead and become a channel member while you're at it if you want to. I appreciate that very much.
It's
you know
an
what,
easy
Andrew,
way out.
Actually, if you want, Andrew, if you want to get out of that basement for Retro Toy Con next weekend, you know what you have to do. You hit that join button. Okay. Thank you. If not, anyway, guys, go ahead, David. Where can all these great viewers of the channel find you online, my friend?
Right here, every Saturday, 8:45 p.m. ish Eastern Standard Time, and also on Instagram. And tomorrow on Legends and Liquor, on that UK channel. Who I don't know.
Yeah.
The
Once
Who
in a
from
blue
Whoville.
moon.
Yeah, David _Ivan Smith for all of the toy sluts and basic broke bitches out there. Follow me. Get justified.
Kenny.
Get justified.
Yes, justified like everybody else. Now we're up to 17, math 22 channel members. I think that's something. I guess I don't know why people want to watch this. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know, man. It's you guys. It's you guys. I don't know. Exactly. It's like the old bait and switch. I put you guys in the thumbnail, and then like 1 week it's just gonna be me. You're gonna see the views go straight to zero. It's gonna go to like -1. John's gonna find a way to become -1. I don't know. Kenny, where can the good people find you, my friend?
Well, of course, you can always find me on YouTube, right? Encountered Culture on YouTube, but Encountered _Culture on pretty much every social media platform that is out there. So I'll be there, Instagram, YouTube for the most part. I'm here too. So, you know, if you just want to see me here, I'll be here.
Sweet. Everybody's links are in the description down below. Kenny's YouTube and Instagram as well. Make sure you subscribe to Encounter Culture for all those early reviews, way before those UK guys have them. Way before.
Secret Wars wave up. Blackheart wave up.
Exactly. That's right. Alexi, where can all these great people find you, my friend?
You can find me on Instagram at Ya Boys Got Toys, and most Saturdays here on Justin Collects, where I feel 51 thousandths bigger when I'm with you guys.
Great. Who else is going to be on Legends? I'm not going to be on Legends and Liquor tomorrow on Dan's channel.
Why not?
I might try to crash. I didn't see the announcement.
I'll be in the chat, but I won't be on.
Gotcha.
He gets pissed when I try to crash too.
Oh. I'll be in the chat. I'm probably going to end up working late tomorrow. That's why. And the wife's off works. So when I get off work, it's gonna be family time, all that good stuff. She puts up with this, so give her some time when I have the chance. I was gonna say, I think I saw Cole was gonna be on there. If y'all been following, everyone go follow. For some reason, if you're watching this and you're not following Cole's Cave on Instagram, he is killing it with his Instagram photos. The man is awesome, and he's like not brand new to it, but he just started this year. Sir Dork had him on his live stream the other day. Y'all know who Sir Dork is? He's like one of the biggest photographers. He's got like 178,000 subscribers or something like that. He does like shots for like companies and stuff like that. but he had Cole on there talking and everything. I was talking to Cole, and Cole said he wants to come on our show as well. So he's going to try to line it up and everything. So make sure you throw that in Dan's face if you can. Just bring that up.
We'll do.
Oh,
We gotta
yeah, I
figure
do
out
know his
some of these
photos.
UK guys because of the time difference. It's hard.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Cole
Damien
said
just said
still
it's
wants
4 in the
to.
morning there, but
Yeah.
Damien's
Ask
committed.
Damien for staying awake this late with us.
I think
Saturday
Damien's
night
in
and recording.
Ireland, right?
Yeah, but I think it's still the same. Yeah,
Time.
but
should
yeah,
be-
I want to have Cole on to really just kind of spotlight his work and everything and ask him, because man, it's a lot goes into those photos and a lot of people understand, and he's killing it. He's doing a great job. So yeah, whenever it lines up for him and everything, because he brought it up. He said he would love to come on and chat with us and everything, because this is a fun show, guys. You hear that, John?
We're having
This is a
fun.
show.
Everyone.
Have fun, or you'll be with Andrew in the basement. So
yeah, we're definitely having fun. There's no problems here, guys.
right. But make sure in the description down below, follow everybody. All the links are down there. Become Justified as well. And until next week, for myself, David, Alexi, Kenny, and Andrew down in the basement, thank you for watching. And we will be back next Saturday, 8:45, 8:50, whatever, Eastern Standard Time, PM at night, not in the morning. For, we got to keep it. It'll be episode 15, the most consistent Toy Talk YouTube live stream show, podcast, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube. Until next time, Andrew says there is room here for more down in the basement. But signing out, guys. Appreciate y'all. Have a great night.